Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to today's meeting with our guests. So, for today, we will be discussing a very important topic for those who are planning to enter law school, or yung mga curious lang kung ano yung what being a lawyer is all about, or what does it take to be a lawyer in the Philippines. So, I am John Angel Bautista, and with me today are Attorney Daniel Bonkin, Attorney Cherish Rufino, and Attorney Roxanne Lapaan. The topic for today is From Law School to Law Practice, What You Need to Know. Okay, itong event natin na to is in relation sa first anniversary ng Batas for Everyone as a Facebook page. So I will be explaining that in a separate video. So today we collected we collected your questions, and we came up with a few of them na sasagutin namin para to give you an idea of what it means to be a lawyer, what it's all about, mga ganun. So let's start siguro with our first question, if that's okay with our guests.
Yes, yes.
Yes, go.
Okay. So our first question, kailan niyo po nasabi sa sarili niyo na para po kayo sa pag-aabogasya? So, in essence, ang gusto niyang tanungin ay what made you decide to be a lawyer? Kumbaga, paano mo nasabi na, okay, this is it, magiging lawyer na ako? Siguro we'll start with Attorney Bunkin.
Hello, good afternoon. So ako, nasabi ko na gusto ko talagang maging lawyer pagka-graduate ko na ng political science. Actually, nung nag-enroll ako ng Pol-Sci, hindi ko naman talaga alam kung anong gusto kong course na i-take nung college. Actually, yung father ko ang nagsabi na mag-take daw ako ng Pol-Sci. And then, yung curriculum kasi namin sa Pol-Sci noon, leaning siya more on sa mga laws kaysa sa mga theories, mga ganyan. So, nung tinuturuan kami, syempre nakakabasa kami ng mga batas, meron doon yung mga nakakaaliw na batas, ganito, ganyan. And na-expose kami doon sa mga queries ng mga ibang tao. Yung para kasi pag alam nila na pol-sci ka or ganito, parang related ka kaagad sa law, kahit na estudyante ka pa, tatanungin ka na nila kung paano ganito, anong mangyayari pag ganito, ganyan. It's entertaining to me back then. Kaya nung pagka-graduate ko ng pol-sci, I decided to take law immediately. And nung first year of college, nung naramdaman ko na yung hirap ng right there and then sabi ko, by hook or by crook, I will be a lawyer. So that time, sinabi ko talaga sa sarili ko na this is for me.
Oh, so it's more of parang college pa lang alam na. So, Attorney Lapaan, can you share us your thoughts on this?
Ayun, iba naman yung experience ko kasi hindi ako political science graduate. Hindi rin ako malapit dun sa mga legal management, ganyan. Malayo yung course ko sa pagiging lawyer. Paano ba? Nung bata ako, di ba parang we are used to the elders asking us kung ano yung gusto nating maging, paglaki, ganyan. I don't know, I just answered lawyer. Tapos from then, nag-stick na ako hanggang makatapos. Ganun.
Mm.
Yung breaking. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's nice. Attorney Cherish, what can you say?
Sa akin naman, childhood dream ko kasi ang pagiging lawyer. Mga around 7 or 8 years old ako. Meron kasi kaming family friend na judge. And dati, nung trial lawyer pa lang siya, nung nagpa-private practice pa lang siya kasi, siya yung lawyer ng mga marginalized citizens, yung mga tao na nakatira sa bundok, wala silang ready access sa yung tinatawag nating yung legal aid, for example. At nakaka-amaze siya kasi ginagawa niya yung lahat for free. Wala siyang tinatanggap na kahit anong bayad sa kanila. marami siyang tao na na-touch, marami siyang mga buhay na na-touch, marami siyang buhay na nabago. At nakaka-amazing. Para sa akin, para siyang every time na nakikita ko siya, para siyang superhero. Parang ganun ba? At nung bata pa ako, parang napakalaki niyang figure sa akin. So sabi ko, ay balang araw, gusto kong maging katulad niya, gusto ko rin maging abogado ganyan, na marami kang buhay na mababago, na mga taong matutulungan, parang meron kang amazing capability, di ba? To make a change in your own way dito sa mundo natin. So parang ganun. Kaya sabi ko, yung time na yun, sabi ko, ay magiging abogado ako. At lawyering is really what I wanted to do when I grow up. Parang ganun.
So,
ay, na kwento.
yeah, so
Yes.
so childhood dream talaga siya, no?
Talaga siya. Okay.
Yeah. Siguro I can share mine as well, no? Sa akin naman, it's the complete opposite. Actually, it's an accident kung tutuusin nga, ano. I decided na to take law school after I took the exam. Parang ganon yung idea. Kasi there's this friend, our friend, di ba? Noraisa, who is in New York right now. Sabi niya sa akin,
Hi,
hi, Rice. Sabi niya, tara, tara, ano tayo, mag-law school tayo, mag-take tayo ng exam. Sabi ko, ano, anin ko naman yan, sabi ko. But at the back of my head, sabi ko, teka, hindi ko pa alam ang gagawin ko for after college. Do I work? Do I what? Wala, I have no plans. Kasi during the last few years of my college life, inisip ko na lang kung makakagraduate pa ba ako o hindi because of the pressures of college, thesis, mga ganyan. So after graduating, I didn't have any plans. So sabi ko, why not try? And nung tinry ko mag-law school entrance exam, well, I passed and in fact, I was second highest actually doon. At ang highest namin, andito rin siya si Ate Daf. So sabi ko, so why not take this, sabi ko. And then I did. Ganun na lang 'yun. I mean, it was not even a childhood dream kasi in my childhood days I was really more inclined to the sciences hanggang high school. Nung na-frustrate na lang ako nung college sa sciences kasi bumagsak ako sa math, kaya lang ako lumihis ng landas towards the social sciences. But otherwise, it's not really something that I planned for. It's not really something I dreamed of as a child. It's just an accident. Ganun lang 'yun. Siguro that's an happy accident at that. Let's leave it there. Okay, so I think we had the answer sa first question natin. Let's proceed siguro doon sa ating second question. Okay. Dapat po bang matalino ang isang tao para maging abogado? Okay, siguro let's reverse the order. Let's start with Attorney Cherish.
Okay. For me, hindi talaga siya a must or dapat meron ka talaga, dapat matalino ka talaga, dapat excellent ka talaga when it comes to yung academics. Pero ang importante kasi sa law school, di ba, ay yung perseverance mo and yung willingness mo to learn and yung conviction mo sa pag-aaral, willing kang to make the necessary sacrifices, ganun. Although, yung pagiging matalino, it gives you a certain edge, pero hindi siya yung determining factor, or ultimately, hindi yun yung magdedetermine kung ikaw ba ay in the future magiging lawyer, ikaw ba ay makakapasa ng law school. So, ang pinaka-importante talaga ay yung dedication mo talaga dito sa pinatahak mong landas. Yun talaga yun.
Yeah. Attorney Daf, can you add to that?
Yeah, actually, I agree kasi parang hindi sorry pero hindi man tayo lahat matalino. sa totoo lang,
Yeah.
'di ba? Ayun.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
all of yun nga, in the end, naging abogado rin naman tayo. We persevered. We actually parang mas may edge yung pagiging stubborn natin to achieve that dream rather than yung pagiging matalino natin sa isang
Yeah.
bagay or sa abogado.
Yeah.
Attorney Dania?
Ako naman my take on that matter. Ako kasi, nung pumasok na ako, bago ako pumasok sa law school, akala ko nun na, ay dapat magaling ka para may edge ka. Kailangan, alam mo yung ganito, perfect yung English mo, yung analysis mo, talagang pack, ganyan. Pero when I entered law school nga, doon ko talaga nalaman na hindi mo kailangang maging genius para makasurvive. Kahit nga average ka, okay lang. Basta ang hindi lang mawawala is yung perseverance mo. Katulad ng sabi ni Attorney Cherish, yung drive mo at saka yung hunger mo para matuto. Kasi when you are in law school, you are required talaga to empty your cup. Parang kahit na anong, let's say, nung prelo mo, halimbawa ako, pol sci ako noon, tinuturuan kami ng mga laws, ganyan. Pero hindi pala siya in-depth. So, sabi nga nila, little knowledge is dangerous. Kaya pag nasa law school ka, mas okay na iwanan mo na lahat yung alam mo na alam mo at magaling ka and you accept yung mga bagong knowledge para mas may room. Kaya ako, hindi ako naniniwala na dapat yung sobrang talino mo, sobrang perfect yung English mo. Kasi, and even in practice naman, di ba, hindi naman required yung mga malalalim na salita, yung mga highfalutin words. In fact, tinuruan nga tayo na huwag gumamit ng mga ganun kasi hindi
Yeah.
naman lahat nakakaintindi ng ganun.
Yeah.
And ang duty naman natin is, bilang alam natin yung law, ang duty natin is parang ipalaganap kung ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng law. Paano naman natin matuturuan yung iba, yung mga layman na sinasabi natin, kung gagamitin din natin yung mga ganong salita na sobrang deep, hindi din nila maiintindihan. So, magiging counterproductive siya.
Yeah, so that's exactly the wisdom behind Batas for Everyone. Yung I translated to Filipino para mas maintindihan ng mas nakararaming tao. Ako naman, my take on this question is somehow I believe na kailangan mo ng a certain level of talino na tinatawag. Pero kasi how I define talino is really not how other people define it. Sa akin ang talino is you acknowledging na kulang ka, you acknowledging na hindi mo alam lahat, you parang questioning yourself, kaya ko ba to, mga ganon, having doubts, ganon. To me, that's being matalino, and I think you need that kind of talino when you enter law school. Kasi if you are so full of yourself when you enter law school, the universe will do everything to have you kneel down. Alam niyo 'yun. It will give you it will give you a sense of humility talaga. And I know that because to some extent ganun din ako. I used to be a bibo kid, ganyan. And in fact in law school sometimes I do that. I become a bibo kid. But eventually you will learn, you will have your feet on the ground, ganyan. You will learn how to give way to others. You will learn that you don't know everything, and that's the kind of matalino that law school is demanding. I think
Being teachable.
yeah,
Yes.
be teachable. I think that's a very good advice.
Yes.
And if I may add, para sa akin talaga, entering law school, sila talaga yung most humbling experience ko. Nasa ngayon sa buhay ko. Yung parang dun mo dun mo masasabi sa sarili mo na, ay, ang liit-liit ko, ang dami ko pang hindi alam, ganito, ganyan. Kaya, masasabi mo na yung mga ahead sa'yo, parang there are times na sasabihin ko, wow, ang galing-galing naman nila. Kasi that time, wala pa tayo doon.
Yeah.
Ayun, kaya yung humility, one factor yun. Kahit na hindi ka naman yung sabi nga ni Attorney Angel, kailangan may certain degree of talino ka. Yun. Nandun na talaga yun. Pero yung more than that, andun yung perseverance, yung humility mo. Ayun.
I think on top of being matalino nga, parang you should have well, yun nga, what do you call this? Parang values. Values over being smart. Ganun.
Yeah.
Kasi in practice, ano naman parang, yun nga, the court actually value more. Kung, for example, respectful ka, ganyan, or
Yes.
humble ka, ganyan,
Yung
sa
character
court.
talaga, no? Yung
Matters more
character.
than, yes, character matters more sa practice than yung being matalino. Kasi being matalino is just in the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
Pero
as
yung
in law
values, hindi mo
school.
makukuha. Yung character, hindi mo makukuha sa books.
Kasi
Yes.
everything can be learned naman, di ba? Everything can be learned. So, important talaga yung character building sa, kapag nasa law school ka pa lang. So, start mo na doon.
That's right. Okay, so I think we'll proceed to the next question, which is, I think, a very controversial question if you ask me. Ano. So the question is, how hard is law school? Oh my God, how hard is law school?
Teka lang.
Let's rate ourselves for this question. Siguro, I should go first on this question kasi out of all the questions here, ito yung siguro yung nag-strike sa akin as, this is something. Okay, how hard is law school? Law school is easy and hard at the same time. Easy pagdating sa mga subjects na intuitive. There are subjects sa law school na it's common sense. I mean, you don't really need to study that hard kasi as long as you understand yung basic principles of justice, yung basic ideas of siguro decency, pwede na. I mean, you can survive. Sabi nga nila sa law school, isa ako sa I am an alchemist kasi kayang-kaya ko mag-imbento ng mga sagot kapag when needed, kung di ako nag-review. Pero it is hard sa mga
good kasi.
yeah. And it's hard in the sense na may mga batas kasi that really is not that applicable sa buhay mo. So you cannot reason it out kahit na anong gawin mo. Like for example, during the time tax siguro or mercantile law doesn't make sense because it's so strange para sa akin. So I cannot, as a person who values the wisdom of the law, mga ganyan, I don't get that. Hindi ko siya maintindihan kasi it simply is strange to me. So in a sense, it's law school is hard and law school is easy. Pero that is on the subjects part, ano. Pero the other considerations when it comes to law school, like yung finances, yung books, mga ganyan, yung other things, it's hard. Lalo na for someone who is not born with the silver platter. It's really hard. You need to talagang exert effort to raise money for your law schooling, mga ganyan. So I think that way mahirap ang law school. So let's go to siguro Attorney Daf. Attorney, what do you think?
Siguro let's put it this way. In my case, I chose to study locally sa mga local colleges natin, the University of Pangasinan nga, because I'm in Pangasinan and my family is in Pangasinan. Parang, kumbaga, I needed the support system to go through law school because I know that it's hard. Kasi, yun nga, parang, taking into account yung sleepless nights, ganyan, or yung kailangan mong mag-work, or actually, the finances din. Kasi mas mura naman talaga kapag dito ka mag-law school, di ba? So, parang, parang, in a way, it is hard, but it is easy at the same time. Yun nga, kasi nga, because of the support system and everything. Pero, lesson-wise, or concept-wise, ganyan, there are things that are hard, there are things that are easy. Parang in that way, actually parang kung hindi naman siya mahirap, hindi rin naman siya parang I think worth it in the end. 'Di ba? Parang
Yeah.
kung ibibigay lang sa'yo, for example, yung pagiging lawyer mo, hindi siya worth it, eh, 'di ba?
Yes.
Parang kailangan
Yeah.
mo talaga siyang paghirapan para malaman mo na, "Ay, this is worth it," or, "This is what I want," or, "This is what I need to do." Gano'n.
Yeah. So thank you, Attorney Duff. Let's go to Attorney Daniel siguro.
Ako naman, if ask kung mahirap ba ang law school, my outright answer is yes, mahirap siya. Mahirap siya, but it's doable.
Yun naman
Yung
importante
parang we
dun eh, right?
find, um, oo, oo, ang hirap niya talaga, pero at the same time, doable naman siya. Kasi in law school, hindi ka naman itetest lang sa mental mo or hanggang saan ka yung psychological well-being mo. At the same time, yung sabi nga nila, Attorney Angel and Attorney Daff, yung financial capability mo. Yun. So, on the, on the aspect na and emotional, kasi before you enter law school, kailangan you know what you're getting into. You can seek advice from yung mga senior law students o kaya yung kung may friends kayo na lawyers, kung okay ba, sa tingin nyo, kakayanin ko ba, gano'n. Pero apart from that, ikaw mismo sa sarili mo, kailangan prepared ka. And kung sasabihin na, di ba, parang kalat sa social media o kaya dun sa ibang movies na ang law school namamahiya, na parang patatayuin ka ng ilang oras, ganyan, o kaya may mga times na iiyak ka talaga during recitation, or hindi ka
Yeah.
makakatulog. Parang yung iba kasi, minsan, yung mga hindi acquainted sa legal profession, minsan, sinasabi nila na ang OA naman nun, yung hindi naman siguro ganun kalala, ganun. Pero once you're in law school kasi, totoo yon yung mga bagay na yon. Kasi, I experienced it. And alam ko na na-experience nyo, syempre, magkakaklase tayo.
Yeah.
We practically saw each other grow, get humiliated, get it somehow, and finally, yung get there.
Yeah.
Yun. So, kung sasabihin na mahirap ba, oo, mahirap. Pero kakayanin kung gustong matupad.
Yes, correct.
So, on the financial side naman, mahirap din talaga siya kasi hindi naman birong magpaaral ng sarili o kaya umasa na paaralin ka. Siyempre, when you enter law school, tapos ka na ng prelo mo. So, siyempre, ang usual na expectation ng parents, lalong-lalo na yung mga ibang tao, is you will be able to provide for yourself and to bring home food sa bahay, yung makakapag-ambag ka na. But syempre, kung papasok ka ng law school, either pag-aaralin mo yung sarili mo or isusupport ka ng family mo. Ganyan. So, burdensome din siya. Kaya, on that note, kailangan prepared din talaga na prepared yung mag-enter ng law school sa mga ganyang scenarios.
Okay. Thank you for that, Attorney Bunkin. Attorney Cherish, ikaw naman. Para sa iyo, is law school hard?
Law school is really, really hard. I agree. Pero meron ding aspeto ng law school na madali. So, sasabihin ko yan later on kung ano yan. So, for me, ang mahirap talaga sa law school, ang dami kasing external factors na nagpapahirap din sa law, sa pag-aaral natin ng batas, diba? Katulad ng sinabi nitong ng panyero ko at mga panyeras ko, ang mahirap din dito na isa sa external factors na nagpapahirap, of course, yung finances. Kasi costly din ang pag-aaral ng law school. And in my case kasi, I was a full-time student. So my parents supported me all throughout talaga. And I was carrying this sense of feeling of guilt towards them. Kasi parang sabi ko, parang in-extend ko yung sacrifices nila. Kasi right after college, nag-law school agad ako. So,
Yes.
parang, di ba, parang napahaba yung sacrifice nila. And dala-dala ko yan nung nasa law school ako. So isa rin to sa mga bagay na nagpapahirap. Of course, isa din sa mahirap sa law school, inherent naman to talaga sa law school, yung dami ng babasahin, yung dami-dami nating jurisprudence na babasahin, mga cases, di ba? And yung mga codals natin, o provisions, principles, na dapat natin laging na ikakabisa natin. Ito yung mga bagay na mahirap. Tapos yung mga nerve-wracking pa na mga recitations. Of course, na-experience natin, 2 oras tayong nakatayo, na nag-recite, na mag-isa ka na lang. Di ba? na pinapanalangin mo na sana bumuka na lang yung lupa para mahulog ka na kainin ka. Matapos na to. Parang ganon. And sa akin naman, may purpose kung bakit mahirap ang law school, di ba? Kasi ultimately, pag naging lawyer na, di ba? Naging lawyer na tayo, you will be entrusted yung life, liberty, and property ng client mo. So much is required from us. So we have to really exert and give our best, di ba? And dun pa lang, we are being taught na maging tough. Magkaroon tayo ng guts of steel, di ba? Kasi kapag nasa korte ka na, ibang usapan na rin yun. So talagang ilalaban mo yung case ng iyong client. So there's a purpose kung bakit mahirap ang law school and bakit ganun yung training sa atin. Ang easy part naman, for me, it's easy to make yung tinatawag ko na meaningful bond with your kaklase, katulad natin, di ba? For example, na, di ba? Na, kasi syempre para tayong mga soldiers, no? Na dami nating war na together, na we fought these wars together, ganyan.
Yes.
So, di ba magkakasama tayo? So, para sa akin, it's easy to make this kind of bond with your classmates, with your friends na you make in law school. So, ito yung part na madali para sa akin. And of course, you know that. So, yun yung take ko dito sa question ito.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's hard, but it's easier when we're together. Parang ganun na. Pero not in the kind na syempre na you coach each other, mga ganun. We invoke our right against self-incrimination. Anyway, let's go to the next question. I think this is one of the longest questions here, and for a reason, kasi medyo siya, practical question. Ito siya. Ako po ay isang call center agent. Working student po ako noon pa man, kaya't nagawa kong makatapos sa kolehiyo sa kursong BA Pol-Sci. Gusto ko pong mag-enroll sa law school para to pa rin ang pangarap ko. Kakayanin ko po kaya kung 20,000 lang ang sinasahod ko kada buwan? Okay. I think yung most of us here can relate kasi syempre let's start siguro with Attorney Daff.
Okay. Dun sa kakayanin ko po kaya kung 20K lang ang sinasahod ko kada buwan, I think kaya naman, yeah. With proper budgeting siguro, ganyan. Kung ang pinag-uusapan natin ay budget talaga, yun nga, since 20K lang naman ang sinasahod mo kada buwan. Actually, 20K is not that small. Pero yun nga, parang depende kung nasaan siguro ikaw.
Yeah.
Kasi other law schools require na ganito yung i-enroll mo or kailangan ganito yung i-shell out mo para makapag-enroll ka. Pero yes, kakayanin 'yan. Kasi may actually yung boss ko ngayon, she lived with a 3,000 peso salary way back 1990s. Tapos she managed to put herself through law school na hindi alam ng parents niya. Ayun. Yeah. Pero kinaya niya kasi yun nga, with proper budgeting and stuff. Even if you are working, even if your salary is not that high, you can do it. It's hard, pero yun nga, doable siya.
Yeah. Attorney Bunkin, do you have an insight on this?
Ako naman, kakayanin. Kakayanin naman siya kasi tulad nung sinabi ko kanina, depende naman kasi sa law school na papasukan mo or kung may makukuha ka ba na anong tawag dito, scholarship, ganyan. Kasi ang pinaka nagpapamahal talaga sa law school ay yung books, the materials that you will be using.
Yes.
And given our age, given this age of time na nandito tayo, accessible na siya sa internet, yung mga ganyan. Kung wala kang pambili ng caudal, pwede mong i-download sa internet. They're free naman. Yung mga reviewers, there are other lawyers, there are other na pwede mong hingian ng hand-me-downs na subject to certain amendments lang, yung parang update, ganito, ganyan. And yung regarding naman kung kakayanin kung gusto mo. At the same time kasi, parang minsan nakakalimutan ng iba na gustong mag-enroll na kung hindi naman kayang maglabas ng perang to a certain extent, hindi naman required na kuhanin mo lahat ng subjects. Pwedeng paunti-unti lang. Let's say you enroll 3 subjects per sem, na ganyan. Para kahit nag-work ka, pasok pa din sa banga yung budget mo, yung time mo, o yung manageable pa din siya. Kasi it's not, hindi naman gano'ng katagal bago mo matapos yung law school. So long as natapos mo, yun naman yung magmamatter dun. Kaya with that budget, syempre, andun din yung food, siguro andun din yung rent, yung pambigay sa family. I suggest kung ano lang muna yung kaya mong i-enroll at sa tingin mo ay magagampanan mo or you could deliver to that subject, yun muna. And eventually, pag medyo nakaangat-angat na, nadagdagan ng budget, you can add subject sa next sem, ganyan.
Yeah. Attorney Cherry, siguro nabanggit mo na rin naman, nabanggit mo kanina na you had to do it full time as a full-time student, ano? Pero siguro you had experience with classmates na nagwo-work. So what can you siguro how can you describe these people? How do you what is your take on working students?
Of course, alam niyo yan kasi kayong tatlo.
Yeah.
You're all working students. I know how hard it was for you then. And nakita ko talaga na hindi naging madali. Hindi rin naging madali ito para sa inyo. But sabi nga ni Attorney Daniel, Attorney Daff, talagang ano lang to eh. Depende na talaga sa yung willingness mo to sacrifice. Yung sinasabi naman niya na 20K yung sahod niya every month. For me, ang take ko dito is, marami kasing aspect kang i-consider. Diba? Una-una sa lahat, tignan mo muna kung ano yung current lifestyle or spending a lot on certain things or certain hobbies, activities. Siguro, kailangan mo mag-adjust dun sa lifestyle mo. Diba? So, higpitan mo ang konting sinturon mo. And then, consider mo din kung ikaw ba ay single ka ba o pamilyado ka na. Kung meron ka bang other obligations na binabayaran. So, yung mga bagay din na i-consider mo. And sabi nga ni Attorney Daniel kanina, magandang suggestion niya na currently kung hindi mo kayang pagkasyahin ito, pwede mo namang unti-untiin yung pagkukuha ng mga units, ng mga subjects. So magandang suggestion yun na sinabi ni Attorney Daniel. And depende din sa school. Kasi may mga schools naman, for example, sa government school ka, edi mas siguro mas medyo makakatipid ka kaysa diba, sa private university ka mag-enroll. And then, yun nga, talagang yung pagbabudget lang talaga, yung art ng pagbabudget ng pera, yun lang ang pinaka-importante dapat mong i-ready. And then, kung nasa law school nga tayo, nakita ko rin sa inyo, diba, na magiging resourceful ka and then maging creative ka to find ways for you na maka-acquire ka o obtain ka nitong mga necessary na mga materials like reviewers, books, diba? So you also need to be creative and resourceful.
Yeah.
So yun yung dito.
Okay. Ako naman, during the time na nag-take ako ng law school, this is exactly the amount na sinasahod ko kada buwan. Tama, Ate Daph, because we are instructors in a state university and this is salary grade 12 sa government, and this is exactly the rate na kaya ba? Yes. Kaya naman. It's just that siguro kasi dahil nung time namin mura kasi yung school na pinasukan namin, hindi siya gaano kamahal, and may discount ka kapag if you're a government employee. So we took advantage of that. Siguro we took advantage of that. Tapos we really had to be resourceful instead of for example buying yung mga hardbound copies ng mga books. Minsan may mga available naman na free materials online na hindi naman sila copyrighted, na ginagawa rin ng mga mababait na mga lawyers din naman, notes, mga ganon from online. So we just invest usually in yung device like yung tablet or laptop, mga ganon. And that's just isang pasadahan na lang. And sometimes we borrow books from the library, binabalik na lang namin kung kailan namin pwedeng ibalik kasi mabait naman yung librarian doon. If you have the will to enter law school, there is a way to survive it nang hindi gumagastos ng malaki. And having yung sahod na 20,000 in a month is enough. Pero siguro iba rin ang usapan kapag siguro may asawa, mga ganun, may mga anak na pinapakain, nagrerenta ng bahay. But those are the things that we need to consider. Those are the things na nagko-constrain sa atin to enter into law school. Pero if you're single naman and not really using a lot of money for other expenses, might as well take it. And well, good luck sa kung sino man nagtanong nito. I hope you make it there. You enter law school, you become a lawyer, and eventually yung 20,000 mo madadagdagan yan. Alright?
And
I have one advice dito sa this. Sorry.
Sige.
Sige. Ayan. I have one advice dun sa gusto niyang tuparin nga yung pangarap niya. Gawin niya na. Do it and do it now. Pwede na siyang magplano. Yun nga, parang pwedeng paunti-untiin or pwede nga siyang magplano ng parang budget niya or saan siya papasok. Ganun. And yun nga, since pangarap mo naman talaga siya. You will do anything for your pangarap. Diba?
Yes. Attorney Dinya.
And also, I think talaga na your current lifestyle will affect yung budgeting mo. For example, if you're someone who is fond of yung going outside for review, yung sa cafe, yung ganito ganyan, if you have that budget, you might want to consider to prioritize. For example, instead of going to cafes kasi expensive din ang cafes, ganyan, you could go to the library or somewhere quiet to review. Yung parang if you are working on a budget or on a tight budget, you might want to realign your lifestyle also para talagang swak na swak siya.
Yeah.
And you have to prepare yourself for that.
Yeah, that's
Thank
good.
you kay Ma'am Jola.
That's good advice. Ayan. So, we are going to another phase. Kanina yung mga pre-law school questions ang sinagot natin. This time, we will be answering yung questions about yung law school, yung doon na. As in, ito na to. Ganun. So, ang first question natin is it possible to work while studying in law school? Anong klase po ng work ang okay if balak kong mag-working student? This is somehow similar doon sa ating
Connected siya.
question kanina. So Attorney Cherish, since tinatanong niya, is it possible to work while studying in law school? Maybe you can share your insights on this.
Okay, so I can attest to that. Not my personal experience, but yung nakita ko sa inyo, kasi kayong tatlo, I saw you working while you were in law school then. Yes, it is very possible. Possible siya, pwede siya. Anong klase ng work ang kung gusto mong mag-working student while in law school? Katulad ninyo, siguro yung may instructor sa college, for example, teaching, no? Sa teaching. And then, pwede din magtrabaho ka sa law office, di ba? Basta yung mga work na it will not really consume too much of your energy.
Yes.
And time.
Attorney Daniel, what can you say?
Ako naman, pwede siya, doable, because I was also a working student when I was in law school. And actually, I was employed as a law office secretary. And yung boss ko kasi noon, he is professor in the College of Law. Yun. So, ako naman, ang suggestion ko, kung talagang mag-work ka, ano ba ito? You should ask yourself first na why are you going to work while studying? Is it a non-negotiable, ano ba? Non-negotiable ba siya na requirement ba siya because you cannot, you will be financially supporting yourself or kulang yung sa finances or gusto mo lang mag-work habang nag-aaral ng law school. Kasi on my part at that time, my parents were still supporting me in law school. However, I decided to work in the law office kasi parang naisip ko na matututo ako dito, yung I will be exposed to yung the legal profession itself, ganyan. Which is, I am thankful naman na na-expose talaga ako, na nalaman ko yung parang ika nila in and out sa court, yung sa kung ano ba yung mga gagawin, pag may kaso, ganito, ganyan. Kaya ako talaga, i-ask mo muna yung sarili mo kung negotiable ba siya na magtatrabaho ka or hindi. Kasi kung hindi naman, I suggest na wag na lang. Kasi yung law school, sabi nga nila, it's a jealous mistress. It requires your 100% attention, focus, and effort. Pero kung non-negotiable naman, I suggest na you work yung dun sa mga job na closely related doon sa legal profession, like sa law office, o kaya sa company, mga ganyan. Pero kung bilang na hindi, non-negotiable siya, at the same time, you cannot choose where to employ yourself. Ano lang talaga, tiyagain mo lang, kasi may mga iba din akong kilala na yung work nila is yung mahirap and hindi pa siya connected sa law profession. Pero kaya naman nila. Ang kailangan mo lang talagang gawin is yung i-condition mo yung sarili mo at the same time, sabihin mo paulit-ulit sa sarili mo na kaya mo and ayong at the end of your journey, magiging lawyer ka naman. And also, if I may add, kung kaya mong pumili ng work habang nag-aaral ka, piliin mo yung hindi extraneous yung activities. Kasi sabi nga nila, di ba, although sa law school, ang mainly naman na gumagana is yung mental, yung brain natin, pero how can your brain function kung pagod naman yung body mo? Kung parang inaantok ka na, hindi mo din maiintindihan yung lesson, ganyan. So
Yeah.
that's my take.
Yeah, that's good advice, ano. Attorney Daf, we work in the same university with the same job. What can you say naman about this?
It is very possible to work while studying in law school. Yun nga, parang we are products of of this kind of lifestyle, kumbaga, 'di ba? Parang gano'n. Pero yung okayness nung work, I think hindi tayo makakapag-enumerate na parang, "Oo, gawin mo 'tong trabaho na 'to," or dapat magtinda ka na lang or something, or mag-janitor ka, ganyan, mag-guard ka, ganyan. Kasi everything works if you let it work,
Yes.
Yes,
you know? Yeah. Kasi
definitely.
'di ba, there are testimonials na, for example, si guard naging abogado, si janitor naging abogado, tindero naging abogado, instructor naging abogado, gano'n. Because they let it work. It will only work if you let it work. You have to, yun nga, parang you have to sacrifice, you have to do some adjustments dun sa kung paano mo siya aatakihin. Pero yun nga, it will it will be okay if you let it be okay. Ganun.
Okay. Yeah. I share that sentiment as well, ano. In my case naman, since we do work in the same from the same university, yun nga, although separate kami ng discipline, Attorney Duff is working as instructor for math. Ako naman, I'm working as instructor ng social sciences, ano. We share the same passion about teaching. laging kami yung na nababansag ang mga minsan mga time hog kasi nauubos sa sobrang dami namin gustong sabihin, sa dami naming i-discuss, sa gusto namin matulungan yung mga estudyante namin, we do the extra mile to extend our help sa mga estudyante namin. There's a drawback there if you are if you are taking law school, uh, instruction is too much work. Sobrang daming trabaho when you are an instructor. But I think you can try, pero as someone who was there, hindi ko siya maisasuggest. Pero maganda rin siyang training because you get to speak, you get to think. Kailangan yun, isa yun magandang training din yan. So if you have the choice to work, do something that entices you to think, do something that somehow is related to law kung pwede, but also consider nyo pala din yung distance ng trabaho nyo from school, from sa law school, kasi during the time umayos kami ng 4:00 sa State University kung saan kami nag-work, and then darating ako 5:30 na kasi nagbas ako, natulog ako sa bus. Yun yung rest ko for 1.5 hour, and then sakto-sakto lang nandoon na ako sa law school by 5:30. So napapagastos ako sa pagkain noon because of because of that. But more than the pagkain, more than the expenses sa pagkain, yung pagod. Those are the things that I think you should consider when thinking about working while doing law school. Pero as to whether it is doable or not, yes, it is. Of course, it is doable. Okay, so siguro we'll proceed to our next question. Were there times during your days in law school when you really wanted to give up? If so, what did you do in persevering through the struggles and pains? Siguro let's start with I can share first siguro para mamaya tuloy na. For me, there are really times that you really want to give up. Alam mo 'yon, yung and I have this very particular experience. Iisa lang 'yon, and there is that one time lang talaga that it happened. It was during our one of our subjects na I excused myself. Hindi pala excuse kasi hindi naman ako magpaalam. I left school to attend to my kids. So I call kids yung mga estudyante ko. I had to send them to Baguio for a debate tournament. Wala silang kasama, so I had to go. I didn't really know na meron palang exam, so in short, I was not able to take the exam, ganyan. And ang hirap maki-bargain sa instructor about it. And then during that time talaga, I was on my last sem in law school when that happened. And sa sobrang pagod ko trying to convince the professor na mag-exam, ganyan. It almost broke me to the point na ayoko na ituloy, parang gusto ko na i-give up yung paghingi ng extension for the exam, ganyan. Malapit ng graduation that's when I really wanted to give up. Pero sabi ko when I was really tired at nakwento ko to sa mga estudyante ko, they cheered me up, they supported me. Sir, tuloy mo lang. Malapit naman nag-graduate ka na. And I have tremendous tremendous support from my students kasi during the time kahit na nag-leave na lang ako nung bar review na, but they really pushed me. Alam mo 'yan? More than learning from me, I learned from them a lot of things, and pinush nila ako to continue. And that's when I decided to hindi, kailangan gawin ko to. I need to do this. And then I did. So, Attorney Daniel?
Ako naman, wait lang, ano na yung question?
Were there days down na you wanted to give up, and how did you kung feeling mo nag-give up ka, how did you persevere anyway?
Okay. Ako naman kasi, when I entered law school, sinabi ko na sa sarili ko na by hook or by crook, I will finish it and become a lawyer. So giving up is not really a choice for me at that time. And medyo stubborn kasi ako eh. Parang ayoko yung sasabihin ng ibang tao na sabi ko na hindi mo kaya eh, yung gano'n. Parang the more na nararamdaman kong parang leaning towards sa gano'n yung mga events, halimbawa, bad recitation, bad score sa exam, ganito, ganyan, parang napu-fuel ako lalo na hindi, kaya ko to, and I will do it, gano'n. So giving up, hindi talaga siya choice para sa akin nung nag-aaral ako ng law school. And also when I took the bar, sabi ko kahit gaano kahirap, okay lang, go. Pero kung dumadating yung mga times na feeling mo you're about to quit or magpo-quit ka na talaga, just remember yung mga tao na naniniwala sa'yo and cheering for you while you are on your journey. Kasi sila yung pinaka masasaktan. Akala ko noon kasi pag hindi ko na-achieve yung isang goal ko o yung isang dream ko, ako yung pinaka maaapektuhan. Pero yung as I grow older, na-realize ko na hindi pala ako, kundi yung mga taong naniniwala sa akin. Katulad ng family ko, friends ko, yung loved ones, ganyan. Parang sila yung mas nasasayangan, mas masakit para sa kanila na hindi mo pinursue. Ganyan.
Yeah.
So if you ever think of quitting, remember them and remember also why you started. Kahit cliche pa yan, na sabihin nilang paulit-ulit, ganun na lang lagi yung dahilan. Pero totoo yun. Totoo talaga.
Okay. That's a good advice. Let's go to Attorney Daph. Were there times na
Yun,
you thought of quitting?
yeah, actually, early on, kasi nga, di ba, unlike you guys, I entered with an empty cup, a literal empty cup. Kasi my pre-law was not at all related sa law school. So, there were times na kayong lahat gets na gets nyo na yung topic, ganyan, madali na sa inyo. For example, yung pagda-digest, it comes naturally sa inyo. Or these jargons, naiintindihan nyo na agad. Pero pagdating sa akin, parang I have to learn it all from scratch. So parang struggle yun sa akin kasi parang you are all ahead, miles ahead. Tapos ako parang nandito pa lang ako, ganito pa lang. Struggle ako kasi hindi ako makatapos ng 10 pages sa isang basahan kasi I had to look up all of the terminologies, the jargon, ganyan. So parang sa akin parang am I really up for this? Yun yung naging tanong ko back then eh. Pero yun nga, parang gaya nga ng sabi ni Attorney Bungkin, ni Attorney Daniel, nakatulong sa akin na isipin na there are people supporting me, there are people cheering for me, and yun nga, kaya papasok dito yung importance ng support system. Nabanggit ko siya kanina dun sa preload na you have to have a solid support system kasi itong really wanting to give up sa length ng law school, hindi talaga siya maiiwasan kasi halos lahat tayo, if not all, pagdadaanan talaga to na ayoko na. Masasabi mo sa sarili mo na ayoko na. Pero yun nga, magiging helpful yung support system for you to hold on to yung pangarap mo. Kasi pangarap mo to eh. Parang ganun.
Yeah. Attorney Cherish?
Okay. Were there times during your days in law school when you really wanted to give up? For me, wala. I never had this, this episode in my life na gusto ko nang give up. Ang meron sa akin is ganito. There were so many times in my life during nung nasa law school ako na I doubted myself. It was yung self-doubt ang pinakakalaban mo sa law school.
Yes.
Kasi syempre, before akong pumasok sa law school, diba, sabi ko kanina, childhood dream ko na, so bakit ako give up, diba? Self-doubt. There were times naman na third year na ako sa third year na ako sa law school, bigla na lang ako nagigising sa madaling araw, iniisip ko, ay, tama pa ba itong ginagawa ko? Is this really meant for me, yung pagiging lawyer? Lagi kong tinatanong sa sarili ko yan. Especially pag nakikita ko yung yung grades ko, yung results ng quizzes, ng exams, mapapatanong ko talaga sa sarili mo fit ba ako maging lawyer? Parang baka naman feelingera lang ako na gusto ko, pero hindi naman talaga ako, di ba? Hindi naman talaga ako fit for this profession. Yun yung mga laging naiisip ko. Kaya talagang ito yung pinaka naging malaking bagay na humahadlang sa akin. Siguro sa akin din, sa pag-aaral ko sa law school na lagi ko naiisip, ganyan. Hanggang nung nag-review ako for the bar, mayroon pa rin to. Especially pag nag-review ka sa bar. Doon na kasi aralin, babalikan mo lahat ng inaral mo. So, ay, natutunan ba ako? Lagi mong tatanungin yan So, mas malala yung feeling of self-doubt during the bar review, sa totoo lang. So, what did I do to overcome these struggles and this pain? Lagi ko na lang naiisip ganito. Una, God would not have allowed me to go this far without any reason. Kasi alam niyo ganito yun yung becoming a lawyer is not a question of if. It is a question of when. So definitely, if sabi ko nga sa na kung talagang yung willing ka talagang maging abogado at stubborn ka to achieve that dream, maging abogado ka. Lagi ko na lang din naiisip, yung nag-inspire sa akin na maraming taong gustong maging lawyer, di ba? Alam natin na maraming gustong maging lawyer kasi sa Pilipinas naman, iba yung prestige ng pagiging lawyer, di ba? Mataas yung tingin ng mga tao sa'yo, gano'n. Siguro it comes with our culture na rin, na ganito nga. Naiisip ko, I was given this opportunity, di ba? Na makuha tong na to. Na meron itong very possible for me na ma-achieve yung dream na ito. So yun yung nag-i-inspire sa akin na I just have to work harder na lang para ma-achieve ko to. Kasi achievable naman yung dream nandun ka na So bakit ka pa, di ba? Bakit ka magpupulita ka na? So yun yung mga nag-i-inspire sa akin. Especially then, of course, yung sinasabi nga ni Attorney Duff kanina at Attorney Bukin, maganda yung meron ka ring support system. Yung maaalala mo yung parents mo, yung mga siblings mo, yung friends mo na they were there for you. They are always there for you na mag-cheer sa'yo, di ba? Na mag-inspire sa'yo. So, yun talaga yun yung tutulong sa'yo to overcome all these things, all these obstacles, di ba? Mga challenges sa'yo.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you. Let's move to the next question, siguro. We have many ways of coping with this, pero let's check. How to move on from bad receipts or results na exam? This is a really interesting question. Let's start with Attorney Daniel.
Ako kasi, medyo weird yung peg ko sa yung moving on sa mga ganyan. And also, noong prelo ko, weird na din talaga siya. Ang ginagawa ko kasi, dapat ang default ko is good, na okay ang score, mataas ang ganito, ganyan. Pag I'm performing good, wala. It's just ordinary. At times naman na I don't do good. Yung bumabagsak ako sa recitations or sobrang pangit ng recitations, ng recitation ko, like napatayo ako, napahiya ako. I treat myself. So parang, kasi one thing na natutunan ko sa law school, and nung nag-take ako ng bar, is yung to be good to myself. Yung hindi ko kailangang parusahan ng sobrang sarili ko. You must also understand yourself na ganito ka na nga, bumagsak ka na nga, pahirap pa, sasakitin palalo yung sarili mo. So, I treat myself or mag-ice cream ako or dine out, ganyan. So, medyo weird siya, pero nakakatulong siya personally sa akin. Yun. And also, natutunan ko din to forgive myself. Kasi I'm not perfect naman. Yung may mga lapses ako, definitely I'm not the best, ganyan. And there will be times that I will not be at my best, ganyan. So, I learn how to forgive myself to talagang brasuhin yung sarili ko dahil may mga lapses ako. Although, syempre, pag may mga lapses ka, hindi naman pwedeng i-reward mo lang yung sarili mo. You must also do something about it. Or you
Yes.
must exert more effort. Ganyan. Na magbasa ng mas longer hours, mga ganyan. So, that's how I cope. Medyo weird.
Yeah. Thank you, Attorney Daniel. Attorney Duff, how do you move on?
Well, paano ba? Ganun din. I go out with you guys.
Yeah, yun nga din sana sasabihin ko.
I go out
Kami.
ganun. Tapos we talk about, bad recitations na, uy, 'di ba, yung yung question na ganito, dapat ba ganito yung sagot ko or something, bakit ako pinatayo ng 2 oras o kaya bakit tayo pinagsunod-sunuran, ganyan, na everything. I go out with you guys. Yun nga,
Yeah.
since yun support system. Also, I'd like to think na, okay, parang it's like going through the stages of grief din. Kasi may denial and in the end, i-accept mo na lang na ay mali ka talaga. Na
Yeah.
na kailangan mo, may kailangan kang baguhin kasi mali ka talaga. Ganon. Parang una, deny ka pa na yun nga, mali yung tanong or something, or mali kasi, hindi kasi yun yung part na nabasa ko. Ganun. Ito kasi yung nabasa ko, yung tanong kay ganito. Ganon. Pero yun nga, in the end, you just have to accept na hindi nga lahat makukuha mo ng tama, hindi lahat, kahit anong basa mo, kahit anong struggle yung ginawa mo sa yun nga, pagbabasa, pag-memorize, hindi lahat makukuha mo. Kailangan mong i-accept yung ganong fate na minsan natatapat lang sa yung tanong na hindi mo talaga in-expect. Like, for example, sa mga cases, ganyan, sa 15 cases na naka-assign for that day, 14 ang nabasa mo, tapos natawag ka dun sa hindi mo binasa or hindi mo nabasa kasi wala nang oras, ganon. You just have to accept it. And how to move on? Siguro, fill in the gap. Kasi eventually, hindi lang naman sa law school itatanong yan. Eventually, baka itanong yan sa bar or eventually, magagamit mo sa practice. Yun.
Yeah. Attorney Cherish, what can you say?
Ayun nga, ay katulad ng sinabi ni Attorney Duff, na-experience ko kasi yan yung nagbasa ako ng, sabi niya nga, yung, for example, meron tayong subject nun na 12 ata, something like that, yung pinabasang case na assignment sa atin. 11 na yung binasa ko. Tapos, alam mo yung malapit nang mag-end yung klase natin for that day. And then natawag ako na hindi ko nabasa. yung kinapisa ko yung 11 cases, tapos yung pang 12, hindi ko binasa. Diba? So, yun yung masakit dun meron talaga, hindi mo talaga itong may iwasan na never mo masasabi. Ewan ko na lang sa iba, pero ewan ko na kung may mga law student na never na-experience na, I'm sorry sir, I'm sorry ma'am, I have not read the case, gano'n. So, I think this is very normal, diba? Kasi, syempre, hindi naman all the time pulido lahat ng review natin sa mga subjects natin. So, yung recitations, yun nga, yung result na exam, yun din, how did I cope with this? How did I move on? Yung naging master na tayo sa pag-move on sa mga bad recitations and examinations. Sa law school, mas nagiging ano na tayo mas nagiging immune.
Yeah.
Immune na dito sa diba? And Ang ginagawa ko noon, maraming ginagawa noon eh. Unang-una, lumalabas din ako. Di ba? You remember Succession? Succession yata?
Oh my
And
God, that
ito
subject.
exam. Di ba naalala? Lumabas
Mm.
habang kumakain tayo, pati yung natin, dinidivide natin. So, ito yung yung legislative, ito yung, naalala niyo? Nakakatawa yung mga experience natin yan eh. So, syempre, di ba sabi nila, misery loves company. So, dapat, charot. Ayun. So, isa pa, alam ko, nakaka-relate marami dito. Nagbi-binge watch talaga ako ng Korean drama. Kahit doon man lang, di ba? Kiligin na lang. Makakalimutan ko na yung bad exams. So, importante sa law school, no? At kilalanin mo yung sarili mo and you need to find an outlet para dun sa mga discouragements mo. Kasi mahirap yung mapupuno ka eh. Kasi baka sumabog ka. Alam mo yun? So, importante talaga malaman kung saan pwede yung outlet ng yung mga ganitong mga bagay. So, yun lang naman.
Yeah. That's good advice. Ako naman, on my part, how do I move on from from bad recitations or bad na result ng exams? Ako kasi, I don't really read as much. I don't really review for exams. So, whatever the result is, be it good or bad, okay lang. I mean, it's part of it. Ano pa ba? Siguro I just rely on sa tingin ko I am working on this premise na I am really good at taking exams. I am really good at taking quizzes, mga ganyan. To the point na I became complacent, hindi naman ako masyadong nag-aaral, mga ganyan. But if I do bad sa recitation, kung hindi maganda yung recitation ko, kung hindi maganda yung exam, I watch. I binge watch, yes. Apart from, of course, going out with you guys. I binge watch. Ako naman, The Big Bang Theory, iisa lang yan. Before, iisa lang yan. The Big Bang Theory lang yan. I binge watch it every
That's why I
single...
call myself.
Yeah, they call me Sheldon for that. Pero I binge watch it every time na may exam. Be it good, be it bad, ganun lang. After exam, I treat myself anyway, regardless of yung circumstances. Ano? Kasi at the end of the day, sabi ko, I will pass this. Hindi man sa paraan na gusto ko, pero I will pass eventually. So yun, and I do pass naman talaga. So yun lang, hindi talaga ako masyadong particular dito sa moving on phase when it comes to na may bad recitation or what, kasi I'd blame myself na lang. Hindi ka nag-aaral eh, so that's the consequence. Ganun na lang. And then wala, yun na. Manood na ako ng series ulit. So that's how I move on.
Ako naman may hack ako dyan. Meron akong mga bad recitations. Ako kasi pag halimbawang alam kong hindi ako nakapagbasa or hindi ko talaga alam yung topic, kahit na medyo weird again and medyo mean, I find comfort in thinking that yung mga iba kong kaklase, mapapahiya din sila. Especially pag mahirap yung subject. It's funny, pero minsan iniisip ko na yung lahat naman kami mapapahiya eh, yung mauna lang ako, parang gano'n.
Misery loves company.
Hindi naman sa Misery Loves Company, pero alam mo yun, dahil we share, sa classroom kasi, parang we share kasi yung common na experiences. So
Yeah.
pag napahiya ako, hindi naman imposible sa buong school mo, hindi mapapahiya yung classmate mo isa, ganyan. So it's just a matter of time and it's just a matter of moment kung kailan. It's just that na ako muna, parang gano'n.
Yeah.
And also, yung sa recitation naman, kung mapapansin yung lahat, talagang I really make it a point na uupo ako yung tapat na tapat ng teacher. Pansin niyo ba yon? Sa lahat ng subjects natin, umuupo ako sin katapat ko yung teacher.
Yeah.
Doon ako upo sa upuan. Katabi halos nung yung first row, doon ako uupo. Kasi naisip ko noon, pagka hindi ako confident sa answer ko, pagka hindi ko masyadong alam, mag-iimbento lang ako. I don't have to make my voice louder for everyone to hear my answer. I just have to make it loud enough for my professor to hear. So, siya lang makakaalam ng sagot ko. O, di ba? Parang hindi masyadong nakakahiya na, ano ba yung sagot niya?
May,
Yun yung mga weird
yeah, sinasabi
coping
ni
mechanism ko ng law school.
Yeah.
Letter ni Daniel kasi gustong-gusto niya gustong-gusto niya yung kasabihan na fake it till you make it. Alam niyo yan? So,
Yeah.
sa practice, you just have to give this a parang hindi mo talaga alam. Parang madala mo yun, di ba?
Yeah.
Magdadala na lang yan. Nadala din talaga.
Yeah. I do that too. And I love that quote. Fake it till you make it. It really pushes you to make pa impress para in the end you end up being that person that you are faking, right? It's really a good saying. Siguro medyo harsh pero it's true. It's good. For me, at least it works. Yun. So, let's move on to the next question. Ano ba yung next question natin? Wait lang. Okay. Pwede po ba, ito, this is funny. Pwede po ba mapagsabay ang law school at love life? If yes, how? Attorney Cherish, you might want to mute your mic while we're doing this.
Kasi hindi ako makarelate.
Yeah, perhaps. And I will not even attempt to ask you. Attorney Duff, what can you share about this topic?
Okay. Kung tatanungin lang sa realm ng possibility, yes, it is possible. Kung paano, it depends on the quality relationship, the quality of your partner, and your dynamics. Tapos, it depends on the goals you have. Kasi if you have a common goal, madali siya kasi you are working towards a common goal. As opposed to, for example, iba yung gusto niya, iba yung gusto mo. Parang hindi siya hindi kayo magja-jive. That also tells a lot about yung quality ng relationship tsaka yung quality ng partner nga. Ganun. Pero yun nga, if paano ba? If okay naman yung relationship ninyo or okay naman yung mismo partner mo, understanding siya, ganyan, kahit mas madalas ka nang nagbabasa, hindi mo na siya nate-text or hindi mo na siya nagtatawagan, ganyan, okay lang sa kanya kasi alam niyang ito yung ginagawa mo, okay lang din. Tapos, I think in my case, malaking factor na pareho kaming nasa law school. Kasi nga, yun nga, we are working towards a common goal. And kung ano yung pinagdaanan ko, pagdadaanan din niya. Or kung ano yung pinagdaanan niya, pinagdadaanan ko rin. So, nakaka-relate kami sa isa't isa. Pero I cannot speak in terms of, for example, kung nasa ibang discipline naman yung partner. Yun nga. Pero I think it has to do mainly because we have a common goal.
Yes.
Tapos yun nga, sa pagiging understanding din ng partner, really. It plays a big role dun sa relationship.
Yeah. Attorney Dania, what can you say?
Ako naman, ang take ko kasi dyan, kung meron kang current, if you're in a current relationship, syempre parang ang pangit naman if you would yung dump the other one dahil lang mag-enter ka ng law school or you are in law school. Yun. The better remedy or the better option is you talk it out. You compromise, ganyan, na parang, and in the first place, you should not be with someone who is not willing to compromise and who does not understand your dream. Diba?
Yes.
Kasi kung dream mo talagang maging lawyer and that partner poses as a hindrance, you might want to consider and think about it 100 of times if kung gusto mo ba talaga siya by the as a life partner. Kasi hindi lang naman yan tungkol sa law school. What if there are other things that you would want to pursue? Would that person be by your side or magiging hindrance din ba siya? Parang ganon. So, kung ano naman, kung you're with a partner naman na is understanding, willing to compromise, yun, okay lang, doable naman siya and it's manageable. Kasi ako, in my case kasi, katulad ni Attorney Daff, we are both in law school. So, pag magbabasa ako, dahil may exam kami, natural, magbabasa din siya.
Yeah.
Or kung ano man ang preparation niya. So, ako naman, it's not that hard for me that time. Yung sa dynamics, kung walang time, ganito, ganyan, yun. Kasi we are both, in law school. Pero, siguro ang mahirap dyan is the emotional part, yung ganun. Kasi syempre, pag nag-aaway kayo ng partner mo, hindi naman pwedeng wala kang reaksyon. You
Yes.
are but a human. So, you would react. Syempre, you would react. Mawawalan ka ba ng ganang magbasa? Pag naiinis ka, ganito, ganyan. Yun. Ka bang emotional? Kung may partner ka? Kung masyado, it will say a lot kung kakayanin ba while you are in law school. And as I said earlier, yung law school kasi it requires a lot of effort, a lot of time on your part. And sabi nga nila, di ba, undivided attention must
Yes.
be given to law school. Pero syempre, siguro applicable talaga yun dun sa mga hindi nag-work, yung mga ibang walang problema, ganyan. Pero kung yung medyo ordinary ka naman student, meron kang nag-work ka, may mga ganitong problema, kahit hindi lang sa partner, sa family, o kaya sa work, ganyan, definitely, madidivide din yung attention mo.
Yes.
And I think, ganun yung mga, yung mga dapat mong isipin.
Yeah. Attorney Cherish, what's your take naman on being in law school and having love life from the outsider point of view naman?
Okay.
Yes.
Hindi. Ganito. Siguro on my part na I chose not to engage in a relationship because I know myself. Katulad nga ng sabi niya, Attorney Daniel, na depende kasi sa tao ito eh. Ako kasi yung tao na gusto ko sa isang bagay, gusto ko ibigay yung lahat 100%. Kaya nga, dahil nga doon, meaning personality ko, I chose not to engage in a relationship. Kasi feeling ko, hindi ko may bibigay yung best for both. Kasi at that point of time, kasi mahilig ako sa timeline eh. Gusto kong gawin, within this period of time, ito yung goal ko. And then, sa next naman na period, ito yung gagawin ko. So at that time din kasi, for me, ang goal ko na talaga is maging lawyer. Yun talaga yun eh. So, pwede po ba magpasabay law school at love life? I can attest. Kasi kayong tatlo, you were in, all of you had your special someone, you had your, diba, you were in a serious relationships. So, hanggang ngayon naman, diba, strong kayo, diba, mamaya magsasap kayo, diba? So, it works. And important na sinabi ni Attorney Daniel at Attorney Daff na you make compromises. At yung partner mo din dapat willing to compromise din. Kasi important yun dahil doon minsan nagmumula yung conflict eh, di ba? Yung dahil hindi nila nag-exert ng effort na intindihin din yung isa, yung partner mo. Kasi di ba itong law school very demanding sa time, di ba? Sa effort, ganon. So, yun nga, it works. It can be done.
Ako naman, medyo peculiar yung aking love life and law school life. because primarily of one factor that maybe I cannot share now, pero I actually entered into a relationship while in law school. Kumbaga, nag-start na ako ng law school and then after nag-love life. But yes, pangalan nito, law school is demanding, and yung sinasabi nila kanina na na kailangan, yung sinasabi nila kanina na relationship na nagkakaintindihan kayo because you are in law school pareho. Pero in my case kasi it's not that. Hindi ganun 'yun. In my part, hindi kami magkapareho ng discipline. Siya ay more on the sciences. Ako, yun nga, sa law. So, guys, sa amin nila kanina, you need common ground, like in this, para magkaintindihan kayo, no? But in my case, it's not necessarily like that, ano? We are from different fields nga, pero what's common is we do a lot of things. Kasi estudyante pa rin naman siya. I'm also a student during the time. So, sa amin, understandable na kapag di nagre-reply yung isa, may nagbabasa siya, gano'n. In fact, and this is true, siya, mas madalas pa siyang magbasa kaysa sa akin na law student. And sometimes there are things na mas alam niya kaysa sa akin. Pero gusto rin naman daw niya mag-law school eventually, pero maybe not now. Pero yun, I mean, because I share with the person, my partner, yung with passion, yung kung ano yung pinag-aaralan ko. I share kung ano yung mga concepts na napag-aaralan ko, mga ganyan, and willing naman siya makinig. And that's an important middle ground sa aming dalawa na magkaiba ang background. And in fact, na-persuade ko siya to enter law school. Yun nga lang, hindi pa ngayon kasi hindi pa kami financially able to do that. Hindi pa siya financially able to do it. So but eventually I hope na mag-take din siya ng law para mas masaya. Let's proceed to the next question. Last on the part of law school, ito, siguro medyo common ang answer natin dito because this is really something that we have in common. Does school really matter in law school? What do you think, Attorney Cherish?
Does school really matter in law school? In the grand scheme of things, no, considering all lahat ng aspects, hindi, para sa akin hindi. Kasi alam niyo, kung nasa law school ka na, you are the captain of your own ship. Yung mga teachers na, yung mga professors natin, they are there to guide you. But not knowing na yung system ng school or yung quality ng professors yung magde-determine kung papasa ka in the bar, di ba? Kung graduate ka, ganun. It's more on you, ikaw, mismo na estudyante. Although, may certain edge din naman kung yung school mo is known for its good system, diba? Quality instructors, diba? It makes I think it will make you more, how do you say that? Nabibigyan talaga kayo ng attention, talaga sa talagang namomonitor kayo. Pero depende nga talaga yun sa estudyante. Kasi kahit gaano pa kaganda yung school, sabihin natin, or yung system, kung ikaw mismo na estudyante, hindi ka naman yung drive mo to learn, di ba? Yung dedication mo sa pag-aaral, wala din kwenta yun. So, for me, hindi siya yung determining factor, yung kung saan ka mag-aaral. Ang importante doon, ikaw mismo na estudyante, willing ka mag-aral ng matas, di ba? Hindi mo siya iaasa talaga sa school mo at saka sa mga professors mo.
Yeah, that's good, Attorney Cherish. Attorney Daff, care to weigh in?
I think there are a lot of factors, diba? If in saying na a law school na in what Attorney Cherish said, hindi siya magmamatter. Pero I think it will matter in the sense na it will matter in terms of achieving your goal. For example, you are a working student and a certain law school requires full-time study. It will not help you reach your goal. At the same time, it will not help you do your work kasi yun nga, it requires full-time study and you need to work. It will matter in the sense na yun nga, you have the same goal na, ikaw pwede kang mag-work while studying dito sa law school na to, as opposed to law school A, for example, na hindi ka pwedeng mag-work. Ganun. It will matter in achieving your goal. Pero in the sense na kung makakarating ka ba doon o hindi, makakarating ka doon. Magiging lawyer ka kung gusto mo. Diba? Yun nga, it all depends on the student.
Yes, that's correct. Attorney Daniel, what do you think?
For me, it will matter, but not entirely.
Yeah.
Factor lang siya. Ultimately, nasa sayo pa din if you will push yourself na talagang kayanin mo and maipasa mo yung law school and eventually the bar. Kasi kaya ko naman nasabi na factor siya kung maganda ba yung school or what. Kasi we all know naman na sa Manila schools kasi mas sa kanila, syempre andoon mostly ng mga national reviewers natin, mga bar reviewers, doon ang parang center of materials, kumbaga, sabi nila. So, it will definitely matter. Pero, it's just a factor. Hindi siya yung determining factor. It's just a factor. So, kahit na nasa provincial school ka or nasa prestigious school ka, so long as you push yourself, yung alam mo sa sarili mo na you do your best and hindi ka naman nagkukulang, you will get there, sabi nga ni Attorney Dap.
Yeah. My take naman on this is, does the school really matter kung anong school ka napunta? Well, partly kasi yun nga, gaya ng sabi ni Attorney Daniel, yung materials, yung resources, nandoon. And that matters, in that sense. Pero whether you succeed or not, whether you have great instruction or not, doesn't really matter that much. Yung law school kung nasaan ka. Student factor pa rin talagang pinakamalaking factor in determining your success in the bar. Yun nga, there is this notion na kapag galing ka sa provincial school, you are not at par with Manila schools. But the four of us here are from provincial school, from a provincial school, and we turned out fine. Alam niyo yan, at the end of the day, we are all lawyers. We all have our names in that coveted role of attorneys na tinatawag. I believe naman that we are competent enough to represent our clients. We can give our advice na tama sa aming mga kliyente, or in our case in the government. I think that's what matters. Siguro school is just a part of pride. Of course, we will not deprive the prestigious schools of that, yung pride. But other than that, there's not really much difference sa akin, in my opinion. So we'll proceed with the next part. The most dreaded part nga ng part ng pagiging law student is yung kumbaga yung parang the final test, the bar exam. Yung isang question natin dito is, napasa po ba ninyo lahat ng subjects sa bar? I'll start. Because I have a very funny story. Napasa ko ba lahat? Hindi. And unfortunately, I failed 2 subjects at parehong nasa third week ng bar exam. And hindi ko alam, pero hindi ko alam kung anong meron sa commercial law tsaka sa criminal law, but I failed there. But well, I think it's fine naman. I'm doing fine naman na ngayon in those subjects hopefully kasi one of those subjects doon ako naka-base ngayon. Doon yung kumbaga specialization ko ngayon. Weird naman kung hindi pa rin ako nag-improve by then. But let's go to Attorney Daniel.
Ako, hindi ko naipasa lahat ng subjects. I also failed 2 subjects. And yung isa doon, I think everybody can relate. I failed taxation.
I passed.
Sorry.
75. Sagad.
Actually, don't get me wrong. Our professor in taxation is great.
Yes.
Talagang,
Yes.
talagang si Judge, kaya niyang ituro with an ease. It's just a problem na, ewan ko, pag ako na lang mag-isa, pag ako na lang mag-isa, hindi ko na masyadong alam. Although, nung nag-take ako ng bar dun sa subject na yon, I thought I did good. Pero, it turns out, hindi pa rin pala. Kinulang pa din. Although, by a margin of yung mga point, ganyan, still, yun, it's still, pero sa akin okay lang naman kasi admittedly, I'm not really good at that subject. Ako naman kasi, para sa akin kasi, hindi naman porket bumagsak ka dun sa isang subject, tulad na sabi ni Attorney Angel, hindi ka na magaling doon. Maaring hindi ka talaga magaling doon, but it doesn't mean that you can't improve on that subject. It's just that at that time that you took the bar, talagang hindi mo kinayang sagutan ng maayos lahat. So ako, I do not take offense na hindi ko na ipasa lahat ng subjects because yung ultimately, I passed the bar. So
Yes.
that's what matters.
Yes, yes.
And
And
we are very fortunate na ngayon wala na yung DQ na sinasabi nila that you have to, yung per subject merong quota at the same time yung average meron din. Kaya we're still very lucky and thankful.
yeah, actually may mga ganun talaga no, may mga bar subjects talaga na feeling mo magaling ka doon, feeling mo na maganda yung performance mo, pero it turns out bagsak ka pala doon. Like yung sa in my cream, feeling ko naman relative dun sa ibang subjects. I did well naman sa cream, pero hindi ko alam bakit bagsak ako doon. I would have understood if I failed tax kasi
Oh,
talagang
and
sobrang hirap talaga nun. 'Di ba?
yeah, and there are subjects naman na feeling mo hindi mo alam, pero it will turn out na ang taas pala ng grade mo doon.
Mm.
Kaya hindi mo talaga masasabi sa bar eh. You just have
Yes.
to trust yung kung ano yung ginawa mo and God especially.
Yeah. Attorney Cherish.
Okay. Ako, honestly, oo, may. Yan, katulad ng Attorney Bunkim, tax din. I mean, Waterloo ko talaga siya, yung tax, admittedly talaga. Although nga, sabi nga ni Attorney Daniel, syempre isa na din yung professor namin, si Judge kasi masipag siya pumasok kasi hindi siya nag-absent talaga.
Yes.
And magaling siya. Pero
Yes.
ako yung may problema.
Kami
Ako
ang
mismo yung
may
may problema.
Yeah.
Yes, oo. Siguro ang ano lang talaga, hindi ko siya ma-absorb. Mainly siguro because hindi ko siya bet. Alam niyo yun, hindi ko siya bet
Yes.
na subject. Eh, parang hindi interesado, parang oo. At meron ka talaga yung ganyang subject eh. And ikaw, ano na lang din ako, mag-insert na lang din ako ng tip sa bar. Ito kasing subject na to, since alam ko naman talaga na ito yung Waterloo ko, also tried na, di ba, during the review na talagang improve, pero talagang hirap talaga ako eh. So, nung malapit na yung bar exam, itong tax talaga, inalay ko na lang talaga ito. So, ito yung alay ko na subject. Ito yung alay ko na subject. Lord, ito yung subject na bahala ka na, ganyan. Kasi ang tip dito is, sabi sa amin, do well on your morning subjects. Kasi yung morning subjects, ang lalaki nun eh. political 15, civil 15, commercial 15%, yung remedial is 20, right? Tama?
Yes.
So, do well on your morning subjects. So, yun yung talagang nag-focus talaga ako sa morning subjects ko na hindi na dapat maipasa ko yung mga yun. Dahil malaki yung effect nun eh, kapag hindi mo naipasa eh. So, yun talaga yung ano. Tapos yung mga, syempre, itong partner kasi ng taxation is civil.
Yes.
Kaya alam naman natin, yung civil law, napaka ano siya, di ba? Napaka expansive, tama ba?
Yes.
Yung talagang malawak yung ano niya, yung sakop niya. So, doon pa lang parang nakakuha na nila lahat ng time mo na nagre-review. Tapos, taxation sa hapon. Yung ano ko naman, yun nga, yung sinabi ko, yung tax, yun yung subject na talagang inalay ko. Inalay ko na yun. Kasi, kapartner niya nga yung civil law, di ba? So, civil law, 15%, 10% yung tax. Sabi ko, syempre, napakalawak na ng civil law. Yun, nag-focus ako doon. So, isa yun yung factor na talagang nag-affect din doon sa result ng tax ko eh. Given din na hindi ko talaga siya interest, as in, hindi ko siya bet talaga. Parang, ayokong aralin, parang ganun. So, sabi ko, okay, sige, alay ko na lang. Gagalingan ko na lang. Babawi na lang. Binawi yung kakulangan mo sa tax, binawi ko na lang siya sa ibang subjects. So, yun yung gagawin nyo. Kung, just in case you find yourself in the same position, katulad ko, that's what yung ano mo, yan yung isa sa mga magiging strategy. So, yun.
Yes, that's correct. At Attorney Duff, ikaw naman.
Like all of you here, hindi ko naipasa lahat ng subjects here. I think it's a common no? It's a common ground for us. Anyway, yun nga. Although hindi hindi ko naipasa lahat ng subjects sa bar, bottom line is, abogado tayong lahat.
Yes, that's what's important, right?
That's what matters. Kasi in the end, naabot pa rin naman natin yung general average required para sa isang lawyer. Ganun. And eventually, yun nga, yung mga hindi naman natin naipasang subjects sa bar, there is room for improvement.
Yes.
Kasi you have a long way ahead of you. Bar is just 1 month compared sa years of practice. So, kung ano man yung hindi na ipasa sa bar, like si Attorney John Angel, pwede mo siyang i-tackle. For example, doon ka magtrabaho, ganyan. Para matutunan mo siya. Like me, I think hindi ko maalala kung saan ako bumagsak eh, pero parang mababa yata ako sa remedial law. I think sa remedial law. And that's where I am now. Kailangan ko mapag-aralan ng remedial law because that's what I'm handling right now. Parang yun. There's room for improvement. Although hindi mo na ipasa yung mga ibang subjects sa bar, yun nga, mahaba pa ang career, mahaba pa ang practice to improve on those subjects.
Yeah. At the end of the day, every opportunity is a learning opportunity. Parang ganun. Let's take it that way. Regardless of failure or pagpasa, all of those are learning opportunities. You should not waste those opportunities. Kasi at the end of the day, they help you make sense of the world. So, yung next question natin is, this is exciting. What rituals did you observe during the bar? Let's start with Attorney Bunkin.
Ako, ang ritual ko lang noon, during ba na mismo nagtitake ng bar or kahit nung gabi?
Immediately before, siguro.
Ako kasi, natutulog ako. I get at least 6 hours of sleep. Kino-compute ko siya. Tapos, ganito ang ginagawa ko kasi nung nag-take ako ng bar, talagang I leave up all to God. Sabi ko, Lord, give me yung peace of mind as I take the bar. Yung gusto ko, payapa akong magte-take ng bar. So, lahat ng mga materials na hindi ko nabasa ng Saturday night na matutulog na dapat ako, hindi ko na ina-attempt na piliting basahin, hindi ko na ina-attempt na isiksik pa sa utak ko, ganyan. Kasi I know that I have to rest. Kasi I will not function well bukas, especially na ang gising is around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, depending kung gaano kalayo yung tinutuluyan mo sa bar site, sa UST, ganyan. So ako, ano lang talaga, sleep and prayer. Yun lang.
Yeah, that's good. Attorney Duff, what can you share about this?
Yeah, actually, that's true, no? Sleep, tsaka prayer. Actually, before entering the UST, the bar premises itself, dumadaan kami sa church ng UST.
Yes, yes.
Tapos, after taking the bar, after that day, taking the bar, didiretso ako dun sa UST lang din, sa church, just to thank God kasi He gave me the wisdom and the strength to go through that day. Hindi lang kasi siya mentally exhausting eh. Physically exhausting ang mag-take
Yes.
ng bar. Kahit isang araw lang.
Yes.
Kasi, di ba, yun nga, parang kailangan pasalamatan mo din yung nag-guide sa'yo sa taas, si Lord, yun nga. Kasi binigyan ka niya ng strength, hindi lang sa mind, pati sa katawan. Yun. And then, paano ba? Yun nga, I make sure na hindi ko ino-overly stress yung sarili ko. Kasi taking the bar is stressful enough. Ang preparation din is stressful enough. The day before is stressful enough kasi
Yes.
nagbalikan kami ni attorney. Yung sa pagpunta sa UST, Saturday night or Saturday morning, I mean, magbabiyahe kami from Pangasinan to Manila. And then Sunday early morning, magpe-prepare for the bar itself. So napaka-exhausting sobra. Pero yun nga, parang kailangan din ng rest. Kailangan mo ring i-treat yung sarili mo. Kasi once na ang ginagawa mo ay parang parusa lang na, uy, kailangan ko to, kailangan kong gawin to, kailangan kong tapusin lahat. Hindi posible na tapusin lahat. Sa
Yes.
totoo lang,
Yes.
hindi posible. Hindi rin posible na malaman mo lahat at hindi posible na alam mo lahat ng sagot dun sa itatanong sa'yo sa bar.
Yeah.
Yun. Kailangan mo i-accept yung reality na kahit na anong basa mo at kahit na anong dami ng materials na iko-kolekta mo at babasahin mo at i-memorize mo, hindi lahat ng tanong sa bar alam mo. Yun.
Yeah. It's good. Attorney Cherish, ikaw naman, what can you share about this?
Yun nga, yung rituals na ginagawa ko, dalawa. Hindi lang dalawa. Eat well and sleep well. Very important yan pag mag-take ng bar. So, talaga I make sure na the day before, I eat well. Lahat, gusto kong kainin, kinakain ko na. At saka matutulog. Enough rest. Kasi sobrang nakakapagod talaga yung, alam mo yung, nandun ka na sa bar side. Nandun ako sa bar side kasi galing akong Pasay. Sa Pasay kasi ako, doon ako tumutuloy before ako pupunta ng UST. So, gising na ako ng alas 2. Alas 4, nandun na ako sa bar side. Oo. Ginagawa ko, kasi kasama ko yung mom ko, maaga ako natutulog. Yung alarm clock ko. Kasi ito kasi, medyo medyo OC ako sa oras. Kasi napapanaginipan ko dati na hindi ako on time darating sa bar site. Kaya yung orasan ko, parang 30 minutes yung gap. Gising ako 1:30, tapos 2:30. Para lang magising ako dun sa alarm. Ayun. Pero yun nga, pagkagising ko, yan na, kakain na po. And then, before kami aalis, ako at si mami ko, we pray together talaga, guidance ni God. And then, I make sure talaga na I make peace doon sa review ko. Sabi ko, I am already making peace dito sa review ko. Whatever na hindi ko nabasa, okay na. Bahala na si God dyan. Bahala na siya dyan. Kasi hindi talaga, sabi nga ni Attorney Duff, hindi mo talaga lahat mako-cover, as in
Yes.
lahat-lahat, 100%. Kasi sobrang dami eh. And limited lang naman tayong human beings, hindi naman tayo computer na input mo yung data. Ayun na, alam na natin lahat. So, yun nga, malaking part ng pagte-take ng bar and your chances to pass din siguro is yung yung peace of mind na sinasabi ni Attorney Bunkin kanina, Attorney Daniel. Kailangan mo ng peace of mind. Before you enter yung examination room, you need to have that peace of mind. Kasi you have to make peace then with your review. Kasi hindi pwede yung ang gulo ng dami mong naiisip eh. Kasi hirap-hirap ng mag-construct ng, 'di ba? ng sagot sa isipan mo, isusulat mo essay pa naman, 'di ba? And then ayun nga. Yun. So, yun yung pinaka ginagawa kong bagay na before mag-take ng exam. And take a deep breath. And most importantly, ito pala, even sa parang nasasabing cliche na, pinaka-importante, you enjoy. Enjoy taking the bar. Hindi siya, it must not be, di ba? It must not be something na you should so much afraid of. But take it as, yes, finally, ito na yun, malapit na yung culmination ko, di ba? Yes, finally, nandito na ako, mag-bar na ako. So yun yung importante.
Yes, that's good. That's good advice. Maganda nga yun na take it as a challenge, kung take it as be passionate about it as much as you can. Don't let fear get to you. Ako naman, in terms of rituals, ako kasi medyo naging ritualist, kumbaga, naniwala ako sa pamahiin. Other than praying, naniwala ako sa pamahiin. Because there is this, di ba may sinasabing tradisyon ng bulong. This is sad because during the time that I took the bar, a few weeks before the bar, my father died. So I had it's a really sad part of my law journey. Pero sabi nila, bumulong ka sa papa mo. Kasi nasa review ako noon actually when my dad passed away. Pero buhay pa naman siya nung naabutan ko siya sa ospital. Yung mga kamag-anak ko said, bumulong ka. Parang sabi mo yung wish mo and it will happen, sabi. So yun, bumulong ako and then namatay nga yung father ko. This is hard because I had to review katabi ng kabaong ng tatay ko kasi that's the only thing na sabi ko, sige ako na lang magbupuyat kasi anyway magpupuyat naman talaga ako para mag-review. But of course, may iniisip ka, so hindi ka masyado makaaral. And here comes 4 days after the bar, 4 days before the bar, namatay naman yung tito ko, which is a tragic, really a tragic na pangyayari. Pero I did the same. Bumulong din. That same idea. So maybe it's that, maybe it's the prayer. Before I'd make sure na before the night before the bar, I pray the rosary. Hindi ko alam, pero this is weird, pero originally my intention was I'll pray the rosary para makatulog ako kasi hindi ako makatulog talaga during that time. But I end up finishing it, and after I finish it, makakatulog na ako. And in the morning, I feel renewed, parang hindi ako pagod, mga ganyan. Of course, meron yung kaba na may bar exam na ito na ganyan. And in fact, on the first day ng bar exam, na video pa nga ako na I was crying to my mom kasi parang ang bigat-bigat ng ng pakiramdam ko na we just buried my father, tapos namatay yung tito ko, and I cried in the bar na national TV siya, which is weird, promise. Pero I did that because gusto ko na hindi mabigat yung dibdib ko when taking the bar. And then I let it all to God. I let it all to whoever. Sabi ko, bahala na. I did my best. I did what I can. Yun na yun. This is a challenge to me na naipasa ko to, and wala na. I'll not review. Hindi ako nag-review nung before the bar starts. Wala, hindi ko na tinouch yung mga dala kong materials doon sa loob ng bar exam. And it worked. I think it worked for me. So I think that's what I can share in this part of the
sharing. Attorney John Angel. Yung ito kasing mga rituals din na ito, yung sasabi pamahiin, ganyan. Iba yan.
Yeah.
It has a purpose kasi to give you the peace you need,
Yes.
peace, and then an added or boost of confidence, di ba? Parang ganun. Eh.
Yes.
Ultimately, ito talaga yung ano eh, yung effect niya. So, bahala kayo. Wala namang masamang ritual as long as it is not against the law.
Yeah, I mean
what makes
at the end
you
of the
comfortable, what makes you
yeah, at the end of the day, what makes you peaceful before the bar, do that. I mean, if it has to be watching something or what. Ako after every subject, after every Sunday, binge watch ako ng The Big Bang Theory again. Kahit na 8 to 10 times over ko na siya napanood, I do it kasi it calms me down, it brings me peace of mind na after nung week na yan, meron pa susunod na exam. So peace of mind muna before going through the pre-week review, mga ganyan. So you really need that peace of mind before and after and during even the bar. So I think that's something that you can work on, especially sa mga nagre-review ngayon for the bar exam. Okay? So
Yeah, if I may add, no?
yes.
Sorry. If I may add, yun nga, aside from being at peace during the bar, yung before the bar, Attorney Cherish and I, actually, kahit si Attorney Daniel, we took a big step to self-review before taking the bar. I think that is mainly due to the fact na mas comfortable kami sa ganong setup. So parang we chose comfort over all of those things na sinasabi nila na kailangan mong mag-review ng ganito, kailangan mong mag-enroll dito, kailangan may magstay ka na sa Manila for a month prior, at least a month prior the bar exams itself. You know, we defied all of those things because we wanted to be comfortable, we wanted to be at peace. Parang common ground nga natin sa lahat ng mga pinaggagawa nating ritual or kung ano man sa bar is being comfortable and being at peace with ourselves. Kasi yun nga, it's a strenuous activity.
Yeah. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, the bar exam is really, hindi siguro na nararamdaman ito ng mga hindi pa nag-take nun. Pero if you really take the bar, it's really exhausting physically. Kahit na yung physical na katawan mo, it deteriorates talaga during the bar. Kasi imagine, we need to take the bar itself for 8 hours. Yung bar itself pa lang yun, ha? Pero even before the bar, you need to wake up early, ganyan, 2 hours na preparation, ganun din sa hapon. Tapos pag uwi mo, pagkatapos ng bar, uwi ka pa, mga ganyan. The physical strain dun sa katawan ng tao it's really taxing. Kaya yung mga sinasabi, yung mga those who take the bar, even how many times that may be, they are really parang determined to do it because so yung pagod, yung hirap during the bar, yun pa lang is already a big risk, is already a big parang undertaking na not a lot of people can endure. It's taxing, it's really nakakapagod. And whoever basta yung mga lahat ng nag-go through the bar, they are ngayon naintindihan ko naintindihan natin how hard that can be. And saludo kami sa lahat ng mga naglalakas ng loob na mag-take ng bar. Especially during these times, right? Yung sa upcoming na bar, that's a really bold move given yung situation natin. So I hope everyone who will be taking the bar this year stay safe and observe yung the caution, mga ganyan. But more importantly, do your best. Okay, so let's proceed to another section of the last section actually of the question and answer. Okay, so let's proceed dito sa last part ng ating talakayan ngayong araw, which concerns yung law practice namin. So this is interesting because meron tayong a good mix of lawyers here. Ako, I work for the government. I am the legal officer of LTO. Attorney Duff is working in the court as court decongestion officer and soon to be branch clerk. And we have two practitioners here. One in Mangaldan, Pangasinan. Puntahan niyo po yung kanyang law office, Attorney Cherish Rufino. The Rufino Law Office sa Mangaldan. Hanapin niyo na lang po. It's a big name there. And Attorney Bungkin in Alcala, Pangasinan. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, punta kayo sa Ataynan sa Alcala if you want the services of Attorney Daniel Bungkin. Okay, so we have we have here practitioners. We have here a court officer, and I am in the government as legal officer. So we may be approaching these questions differently because of our different backgrounds. And this first question is rather interesting given our backgrounds. Okay. First, masaya ka ba sa trabaho mo bilang abogado sa bansang medyo questionable ang hustisya? Okay, this is interesting. Let's start with Attorney Daniel. Attorney Bonkin, what can you say?
Ako, despite the flaws of our judicial system, masaya pa din ako to practice here in the Philippines. Kasi ako, I'm a firm believer that it's like keeping the faith in people that you love. Despite their flaws, you still see their potential, you still help them out, you still see through those flaws. And I believe na just because someone is flawed, you do not necessarily have to deny them the need the help that they need. Ganyan. So, just like in our judicial system, not because it is flawed, I will deprive yung mga tao of the help that they need in order to get justice. And I will not deprive the Philippines of my duty to serve. Yan. Kaya ako, kahit nasabihin man ng iba na, why are you working in the ganito, ganyan? Yung kasi sabi nila, may connotation pag lawyer ka, you're a liar. You work for the evils, ganyan. Ako naman, I don't mind them kasi yung the true people that need my help, sila lang yung focus ko. Ganyan.
Yeah. I believe everyone deserves representation regardless of our regardless of our opinions of them. That is something that really needs to be said. Kasi yung ibang tao ina-assume nila na porke tayo lawyer, kumakampi tayo, parang kinakampihan natin yung mga masasama. It's not really that. It's more on a duty. It's more of a duty kasi on our part to represent anyone regardless of what we think about them. So, Attorney yes.
And also, yung dun sa part naman ng halimbawa complainant or ng victim, he or she cannot really achieve justice naman without the accused or respondent being represented. So it's like a two-way street siya eh. Hindi siya, you get justice by yourself lang. It's not like that. And also, yung sa mga sinasabi nila na yung parang why are you for the accused, ganyan, why are you representing the accused, yung wala ka bang wala ka bang moral ground, ganyan. My take naman dyan is yung paano naman, given that sinabi nga hindi naman perfect ang ating judicial system, at the same time may mga turn of events, paano kung yung mahal mo sa buhay nasakdal hindi nga naman talaga ginawa, parang would you wait for that moment to happen to you para lang masabi na they are just being represented by lawyers?
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Kasi we need the people need to realize that. Attorney Cherish, what can you say?
Syempre naman, masaya talaga tayo sa trabaho natin bilang abogado. Kasi of course, ito na yung ano ito na, we're living yung dream natin na to become, in counsel ng ating mga clients, di ba? We are championing their case, we are championing justice. Siyempre, masarap yun sa pakiramdam, and it gives you a certain amount of joy din na na natutulungan mo sila, i-represent sila, support, di ba? You are fighting for their case, di ba? In some cases, hindi lang property, even life and liberty,
Yes.
at stake, di ba? So, when you say questionable justice, I used to work sa judiciary, and I can say, di naman perfect yung judicial system, but it's not like yung Philippines talaga is masasabi mo walang hustisya, ganyan. In my experience, in my previous court na judgment na binibigay ng court sa mga litigan, sa mga parties sa mga cases. And we just do not give up Sabi nga ni Attorney Bunkin, we do not give up because there are flaws. Okay? We continue to work towards improving the system, and we are part of that. Kasi as lawyers, di ba, dapat ang champion natin yung we have in the administration of justice, di ba? So, yun yung duty natin. And of course, nung nag-law school tayo, di ba? We already know of this, the realities. At least we have an idea. If we, syempre, there are things na we just get to know during the course of our yung professional life, yung life natin as lawyers na mismo. But at least we have an idea na hindi naman talaga perfect yung judicial system, na talagang meron talagang napapagkaitan ng justisya just because yung other parties more powerful, more influential, wealthier, ganyan, di ba? But when we entered law school, di ba, we embraced all that, all those things, that we acknowledge na yung reality din talaga ng justisya sa Pilipinas. So we're in a position now to help in that, kasi yun naman talaga di ba? Bakit tayo naging abogado? So yun.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Cherish. Let's have Attorney Da from the judiciary.
Yeah. Ayun, dun sa tanong, masaya ba ako? Yes. Not because yun nga, may flawed judicial, not dahil dun sa flawed judicial system natin, but because we can do something, or we are all in the position of doing something to at least normalize or remove as much as possible the flaws in our judicial system. Kasi yun nga, whether nasa practice ka, private practice, or nasa government ka, or nasa judiciary ka, you can do something. Yun nga, we are in the position to do something about the flawed justice system dito sa Pilipinas. More so, dahil for example, ako nga, nasa judiciary ako, two of those people here are practicing lawyers. They can give justice, for example, to the people. Sa part ko naman, I can parang at least be fair to those people appearing in court. Yun. Parang hindi siya, masaya ko, hindi dahil flawed yung justice system natin, but masaya ako despite of the flawed judicial system, because I can do something about it, and I can contribute. I know that I can contribute to that, to at least minimize the flaws of that judicial system. Yun nga, parang if it's something you love, you do everything to correct it or accept it or do something about it.
Yes, that's very good. That's very good. That's really why we're here. Ano? Ako naman, sa akin, as I have introduced a while ago, the idea na I work for a government agency. I am really right now. I am employed in a rather controversial agency. Ano? And siguro kung tinanong mo ang tao kung meron bang epitome ng corruption or epitome ng pala nun, injustice sa executive, it's that agency. Ano? Pero I believe na within the agency, marami ang well-intentioned, marami ang may magandang opinions, marami ang may magandang insights, and sometimes there are misinterpretations. And lalo na given that we are in a relatively volatile position right now sa agency namin. Alangan kami, and sometimes we just it's just a matter of siguro bad luck on her part, ano. Pero as a lawyer for the government, I realized na despite the inconvenient na mga pangyayari sa paligid mo, despite yung mga arrangements that you do not really agree with, yung mga bagay na hindi mo naman talaga you don't totally agree with, mga ganyan, or yung nasa sideline man minsan yung mga points mo, I think it's still a very noble task to defend the acts of the government. Kasi sometimes we mean well. Most of the time actually we mean well. And yun nga lang, very prone kami sa misinterpretation. And if you think about it, why am I in the agency? Kung mahirap naman, kung if people believe that it is ridden with corruption, it is because there are a lot of people in the agency that want to do change. And I mean, there is the justice system in the country is really questionable. This is a very good phrasing of the question, ano? But I believe in the power of lawyers, especially young ones like us, kasi we have all the idealism, we have all the grounding, we have our bearings straight. Kumbaga, we can do a lot. We have new ideas, we have fresh takes on things. May mga policy recommendations kami that might work. Kasi apparently the old one doesn't work, or at least it's inefficient. Ano? But as young people, we are duty bound. Actually, we are parang obliged to come up with something new because that's what we're known for. We are innovative. We have exposure to new creations, new technologies that might help in streamlining yung mga processes sa courts, streamlining yung mga processes sa government. Yes, the problem is a big one. It's a systemic problem. Pero little by little, as more young people joins the government, more young people joins the judiciary, for that matter, as long as young people become lawyers and defend the rights of the poor and the oppressed, as long as we have those young people, I believe na magkakaroon ng pagbabago. Little by little, it will not be that drastic. Hindi, kumbaga, 6 years will not be enough for change. But it takes a lot of people, it takes a lot of courage to change the system. But it is a goal that is worth doing. It is a goal that is worth pursuing, kumbaga. So I believe with my 4 other colleagues here na who I think have unquestionable judgments. If we have more of these people, we will have a better country. And just tama si Attorney Buntin, just because we have a flawed system, we will just go out of it as parang as an escape. It's not an option.
Oh.
Yeah.
And yun nga, one quality kasi with us, among us lawyers, we are stubborn. So even a flawed system will not stop us from doing our jobs.
Yes, that's correct. And just because we have a lot of people insisting what they want to happen, kasi yun yung nakasanayan, kasi yun yung ganun na talaga yan, baka hindi mo na mababago yan. We are stubborn, we insist on what we want. And because we think at the end of the day, we think that it's what matters most. It's the key to change. And hopefully we do not lose sight of that idealism that we have as young people. Okay? So let's proceed to the next question. Medyo na pa presidential debate tayo doon sa naunang question. Ito. Ito medyo ano to I really don't para lang just to give the people a glimpse of what the profession is about. What is the usual range of a lawyer's salary in the Philippines? Maybe I'll start this because I am a salaried employee. So in the government, at least in the government di siguro ang lowest na salary is around 38,000, mga ganon. No, 35 siguro. And the highest, it's limitless. Even the one with the highest salary grade is a lawyer. So maraming hindi lang naman lawyer positions ang pwedeng mapuntahan ng isang lawyer in the government. You can take executive positions in the government, ganyan eventually. Pero those require parang time, So yun, basically the range is around the lower bound is siguro 35,000 if you're employed in the government. Pero in private firms, mga ganyan, in private ventures, medyo mas mataas ng kaunti. Lalo pag sa mga corporations, they can give as much as 6-7 figures to their lawyers. Pero syempre korporasyon yun. The government is another thing. So yun, at least in the government, yun yung running rate. Attorney Daff, you're a government lawyer as well, correct? You are salaried by the government.
Yeah, I am a salaried individual, but I'm not in a position na ng lawyers talaga yung hina-hire nila.
Yeah.
So, I guess, tama ka dun yung pagiging employed, for example, in a position that's not necessarily a lawyer position, but you just happen to be a lawyer in that position.
Yes.
So you can be hired sa mga ganon. So it can really range from 35,000 up
to infinity. Depending on where you are.
Where you are. Pwede ka namang, for example, lawyer ka nga, pero nag-instructor ka or something.
Yes, I do.
So it could be from 25,000 to infinity.
Yeah. Attorney, from the practicing people, Attorney Cherish.
Yes. Sa private practice kasi, sky's the limit. Kasi wala namang cap. It will depend on two things. One is opportunity, and then yung diligence, yung sipag mo sa paghanap ng client, sa paghanap ng clients, entertain sa kanila, diba? Kung masipag ka, edi mas marami kang kikitain. So that's yun din yung kagandahan sa private practice. Ang downside is that we do not have a fixed salary, diba? I mean, it's not, there's no assurance that every month you will receive yung pay, diba? I'm speaking from the point of view na I have my own office and not with the law firms.
Yes.
Hindi ko alam kung paano yung sistema nila. So, but from what I know, sa mga big law firms, I think meron sila talagang fixed na tanggap. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yun yung alam ko. And then when it comes to ako din naman, since I told you before na I was also in the judiciary. From what I know, I think pag lawyer ka and then sa judiciary ka, medyo mataas sila. Mataas na yung salary. I think around salary grade 25, ganon. Ganon yung mga salary nila. Even pag nag-PAW lawyer ka, and PAW lawyer is also a good also good to venture sa executive din, sa maging public attorney, maging PAW lawyer ka. Kasi maganda siya. Dahil mataas na rin yung salary nila.
Yes.
I cannot say kung magkano, pero kaya niyong makipag-compete din doon sa mga nasa judiciary.
Yes.
Very competitive ang salaries ng executive tsaka judiciary.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes.
But the good thing about if you're kasi sa judiciary, napakadami nilang benefits.
Yes, that's correct.
So,
Sana all nga,
it's also
di ba?
Sana all talaga.
Yeah.
Oo. Iba din. Yun yung medyo edge nila kaysa lawyer ka sa executive department. Sa judiciary, sobrang dami talaga nilang mga benefits.
Yes, that's correct. Attorney Bonkin, how about you? What can you say?
Ako naman, because us four kasi relatively we are new lawyers. So
Yes.
limited din yung practice natin, limited yung amount of time that we are practicing legally. So ako, parang ganun din sa sagot ninyo na actually sa government, pag, di ba sabi nyo yung it can be 30, 35 and limitless. Actually sa private practice, ganun din eh. Especially when you are a new practicing lawyer. Kasi, syempre, bago kang lawyer, you are still establishing your name, building connections. There will be times na wala namang lalapit sa'yo because iba talaga yung confidence ng ibang clients pagka dekampanilya na yung
Yes.
lawyer na lalapitan nila.
Totoo.
Unlike pag medyo bago, medyo bata, andun din yung discrimination na wala pa tong experience, yung better dito na lang sa older and more experienced lawyer, ganyan. So, parang medyo hinog pa kung tatanungin. I mean, medyo medyo hindi ko pa masabi appropriately kung ano yung range. Pero masasabi ko na katulad ng sagot nila, it's range nga nasa 30 and limitless din.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry. Hello.
Yes, Ate Da.
Ayun. I recall a story from one of our professors before when she was still new to the practice that she received her salary in kind. So hindi lang siyang monetary value. So parang in kind to monetary value pwede.
Yeah.
From that.
Yes.
Yeah.
May mga instances din na ganun. Although sometimes di ba, I usually work for the government, pero may mga instances din na may mga pumupunta rin na mga tao dito for advice lang, mga ganyan, and I do give. And nabibigyan din naman sila ng kung ano-ano, mga huko, mga ganyan. And those may be funny to offer others, pero it's a great way of repaying your lawyers kung wala talaga.
No.
Yeah, right? And it's
Ako din ng mga first few weeks ko into practice, pag may nagpapakonsult na iba or nagpapagawa ng pleading, ganyan. Tapos ang babayad nila buhay na manok, yung mga ulam, prutas, ganon. So hindi mo talaga masabi kung ano yung range,
Yeah. Because more than the monetary yung fact na nakakapag-contribute ka sa bansa mo, that you can help other people, mga ganon, that cannot be measured by money. Kaya hindi siya wala siyang monetary equivalent. Okay? For our last question for this session, oh my God, what's that? For our last question, siguro it's a good way to end the discussion. Although meron pa mamaya, but worth it ba maging abogado? Sige, I'll start para to give you time. Worth it ba maging abogado? Minsan alam mo, mapapaisip ko na lang din kung worth it ba talaga maging abogado. Yung volume ng work medyo marami, and sometimes if you're in the government, kung hindi judiciary or hindi sa public attorney, medyo mababa ang sahod relatively. Pero after a day of helping people, a day of parang doing your job as part of the government, mga ganyan, the fact that you help people, the fact that you save lives, mga ganon. All of those things, at the end of the day, gives you the impression na, okay, maganda. Worth it pa rin maging abogado. And in fact, in my case, since I do Batas for Everyone on the side, I really find fulfillment. Kumbaga, kung medyo toxic sa trabaho, I use a few time to create yung mga post which informs others. Nagsasagot ako ng legal queries doon sa messenger ng Facebook page. And I find joy in helping others without yung kapalit. And I think because of that, naging part of it being worth it is yung sa pag-produce ko pag-start ko ng page and pag-flourish niya for 1 year already. So I think worth it maging abogado because you can help people. Attorney Daf?
Ayun, worth it ba maging abogado? Yes, very. It's very worth it. And it's very fulfilling, lalo ngayon, kasi nga, we have a lot of things to fix dito sa judicial system natin. So, um, hin- hindi siya, paano ba? Hindi ka magsasawa
Yeah.
for one. At least in my case, hindi ako magsasawa kasi parang everything na dinadraft natin or every paragraph, every letter, every pleading motion na fina-file sa court or every decision na hine-help kong i-draft ganyan will ultimately help people uh, achieve somehow justice or
Yes.
achieve um, their parang their rights, their life, their liberty or their property may matutulungan at matutulungan tayo sa ginagawa natin. So yes, it is worth it. Yes, it is fulfilling.
Okay. Attorney Daniel?
Being a lawyer is a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. Just imagine accepting a client and then automatically his or her problem becomes yours.
Yes.
So, sobrang hirap niya. To the point na minsan maa-attach ka dun sa issue mismo, dun sa case.
Yes.
But is it worth it? It is definitely worth it. It is worth every sleepless night. Nung nag-aaral ako and even when I took the bar, it is worth every tear na naiiyak ko ng mga panahong yon. Yung every family occasion or gathering na hindi ko na-attendan, mga friends ko na hindi ko masyadong nakita during those times, it is definitely worth it. And just imagine being able to touch lives of others na parang, for example, someone consulted you. For us lawyers, it might be a simple act or simple consultation. It's a very small thing because alam naman natin yung batas. So it may be simple and small, but for that person who asked for a legal advice, it might mean an end of sleepless nights, anxiety, yung gano'n, yung parang ang sarap kasi sa pakiramdam na alam mong may naiambag ka sa buhay ng ibang tao by doing what you know and what you love, which is lawyering. So ako, worth it ba kahit na sobrang stressful niya, ganyan. It is definitely worth it.
Yeah. That's right. Attorney Cherish?
Before answering that question kasi ganito, may prinsipyo kasi ako sa buhay ever since nung bata ako. What matters kasi talaga sa buhay natin, not how much we have in the bank, but it is how we lived our lives, di ba? How the people will remember us with the things na ginawa natin sa kanila, di ba? And towards other people then. So yun yung gusto ko yung maalala tayo na we did good. We did things to help other people. And that is something na na tayo as lawyers, di ba, na when you become a lawyer din, na you will be given that rare privilege. Kasi syempre, hindi naman lahat nagiging abogado. You're given that rare privilege to do a lot of good things. Ano? Kasi, alam niyo yung mga tao, di ba, syempre, the course of our lives, we will encounter so many problems, di ba? Lahat tayo mga tao. And as lawyers, our job is to solve their problems. So what we are giving them is peace of mind. And that is something na priceless yan yung peace
Yes.
of mind na binibigay natin sa kanila. So, if you ask me, worth it bang maging abogado? Definitely, it is worth it. Kasi, yun nga, nasabi ko, we were given that rare opportunity, diba, to give these people peace of mind. So that's why I can definitely say na worth it yung pagiging abogado.
Yes, that's right. Ano. Minsan and always our job is to mind other people's problems, ano. And sometimes it can be burdensome sa atin. Pero at the end of the day, if you help someone else, if you kung may natulungan kang tao, nakakagaan eh. Na parang after all that we've been through, na at the end of the day, napalaya siya or nabigay yung justice sa kanya, it's more than enough for us to say na worth it ang pagiging abogado. Okay, for the last part of our program, I will be asking our speakers to give concluding words regarding this whole experience, kung ano yung kung how will they summarize yung mga sinabi nila ngayong araw, or how or any message sa mga nagbabalak maging abogado, or sa mga nandun na along the way, or sa mga curious lang on what it means to be a lawyer. Let's start siguro alphabetically with Attorney Bunkin. O, di
Ako
ba?
may advice talaga. Oo nga. May advice talaga, if you're already there, just know that there will be an end and you should finish what you started. Kasi ang isa din na motto ko is, there is no best way out but through. So, in order to survive law school and eventually be a lawyer, kailangan mong pagdaanan lahat yan. Kahit gaano kahirap, kahit gaano ka na gustong mag-give up, definitely there will be an end. And the end will be determined according to how you work hard for it. It may be sour or it may be fruitful. It's up to you. And also, if you are already a lawyer like me, I'm a new lawyer, so wala akong masyadong masasabi dahil nagsisimula pa rin lang ako. But if andun ka na, I assure you that it is such a good feeling helping others. Yung giving them peace of mind, giving them comfort, na, oh, you're not alone. Yung the law, parang sabi nila, the law is with you, or I am here for you. I will walk you through the remedies that you have, na para malampasan mo tong case na to or whatever. So, is lawyering worth it? Definitely worth it. And just imagine, you could help people, you could touch others' lives by doing what you love. So, although it's stressful, it's not that much of a work because you love what you do. So, go for it.
Attorney Lapaan, thank you for the kind words, Attorney Bunkin.
Okay. Whether you are in law school or whether you are just taking the bar or whether you're practicing, choose to do good. Choose to do good. Believe in the good and, well, be the good. Kasi at the end of the day, whether or not lawyer ka, whether or not na tapos mo ang law school, makapag-take ka ng bar, bumagsak ka sa bar, pumasa ka sa bar, naging abogado ka eventually. You need to do good and you have to be, you need to show that you can do good para din, mawala yung mga stigma na, lawyer siya. Hindi siya, yun nga, lawyer siya, ganyan. Dahil nga lawyer siya. Yun nga, even with all that negative publicity and negative stuff that they say, choose to do good. See, at the end of the day, being good will be fulfilling for you. It will be worth it for you, and it will be fulfilling also to other people.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Daff. Let's have Attorney Cherish for the concluding words.
Sa akin naman, para dun sa lahat ng mga na law students na struggle din, and then yung mga yung nagpa-prepare para mag-take ng bar, meron itong sinabi sa amin yung isang lecturer dati. Hindi ko na maalala kung yung pangalan niya. Ang sabi niya, becoming a lawyer is not a condition, but it is a period. So it's always a question of not if, diba? Hindi if, but when. So you should always believe na you will become a lawyer someday, and you hold on to that. Wag mong i-give up yan. And of course, sa pag-aaral natin, di ba, we will encounter delays. Remember that delays are not denials, di ba? Maybe God is redirecting us. Hindi yun muna bibigay kasi He is preparing something better for us. And then, of course, isa pang ito yung sinabi sa akin ng former boss ko na lagi ko talagang, na sinapuso ko talaga. Sabi niya sa akin, yung temptation is very strong in our profession. Kasi nga, di ba, we are holding so much power in our hands then. Because we have the knowledge, di ba? We have the knowledge of the law. And syempre, yung law, yung nag-regulate ng conduct and relationships ng mga tao. And sabi niya nga, yung temptation is very strong in our profession. But do not forget yung reasons kung bakit ka naging lawyer at kung ano yung mga aspirations mo, kung ano yung mga ideas mo. Even as you go through your life, magiging matandang lawyer na tayo, let us not forget yung mga ideals na yun. We should not allow time to fade yung itong mga ideals natin, di ba? Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, we will not be judged based on how much we have, but based on how we live our lives. So when the time comes na we will be pupunta na tayo sa we will be with our maker, 'di ba? The people we help will fondly remember us. Kasi ito si attorney dati ganito. So yun yung dapat na magiging goal natin, not only as lawyers then but as individuals then, na we live this kind of life na will inspire other people then. So yun na yung concluding words ko for this event.
Yes. Okay, those are very inspirational words, Attorney Cherish. And for my concluding words naman, actually the page is targeted to is targeting yung a huge part ng population ng followers natin are law students, aspiring lawyers, or law enthusiasts, yung mga may gustong matutunan ang batas. And here is a tip from me. There are a lot of things that will drive you away from being a lawyer. Lawyers right now are being killed because of who they are representing. Lawyers are being red tagged for advocating for lawful causes. And it is really not a good climate right now to be a lawyer. And apart from that, marami pang challenges that you will have to hurdle before even being a lawyer. We have financial problems. We have now the pandemic. We have yung hardships sa law school, yung mahirap na subject matter, yung dami ng kailangang basahin. But But at the end of the day, no matter where, no matter what you go through, think of the end. Think of the time that you become a lawyer. You will have so much power. You will have a voice in the community, and you can use that voice to advocate for change. You can use that voice to defend the oppressed, to defend the poor. Marami kang magiging opportunity na makatulong sa ibang tao. Set aside your dreams of becoming rich, because being rich in terms of money is nothing compared sa being rich in your soul, having peace of mind, help the opportunity to help people and the government in making their lives better. And may advice is go ahead, just gawin mo lang yung what you need to do, and if you do good, if you do it well, uh, and if you do it according to the letter and the heart of the law, you will not be lost. Uh, at the end of the day, you will get that title. You will be able to help others, and you can contribute to making this world a better place. Uh, I would like to thank yung ating guests, Attorney Cherish Rufino, Attorney Daniel Bunkin, and Attorney Roxanne Daphne Lapaan, for sharing their time, a great deal of time actually, kasi mahaba na siya. But I would like to thank these people for lending their time to share with the viewers what to expect when they finally become lawyers, and the journey to becoming one. Thank you for being friends, of course, for the longest time, and I hope that we will be the young ones who will be pushing this country to greatness. Thank you for your time, and thank you for gracing this invitation sa first anniversary ng Batas for Everyone. Thank you. You can take the floor. Greet your mga friends natin, or your friends. Go. You can go, Attorney Daniel.
Ako na.
Okay, Attorney Cherish, go.
Gusto kong batiin pala. Hello, gusto kong batiin pala si Attorney Richard Saison. Supposedly dapat kasama siya ngayon, pero may conflict sa schedules niya. And then my former bosses, Judge Daten of RTC Villasis, Judge Padilla of RTC Brush 42, Dagupan City, and Attorney Laila Jose. And sa lahat ng mga Corte Congestion Officers, hello. And to all the viewers, hello. Happy anniversary. Thank you for following the page of Batas for Everyone.
Attorney Bunkin.
I would like to greet Batas for Everyone a happy first anniversary, and a very proud congratulations to Attorney John Angel Bautista, its creator. And thank you for blessing the Juans, the Filipino of your knowledge and of your intention na maiparating ang batas sa mas magandang paraan. So thank you very much. And also, I would like to greet my office mates a happy evening. Of course, our other friends who will be taking the bar.
Support.
Yes.
Ate Da.
Okay. Ayun. So, happy anniversary to Batas for Everyone. And to Attorney doing this huge thing na ipaintindi ang batas sa lahat ng tao in a more friendly way. it's really it's really a big feat to do. On top of being busy with the job, a full-time job. Okay. Tapos, yun lang. I also want to greet my office mates, RTC, Bacoor, Branch 113. Hello. Kung nanonood kayo, ako lang naman ang lawyer doon. Anyway, check it out.
Yeah, and
Anyway,
okay.
ah, yan. Hindi, yun sa second part na, okay na yun. I also want to greet those who are planning to take the bar this 2021. Okay, good luck. And remember all of your hardships. Gaya ng sabi ni ate ni Bong Kim kanina, it will come to an end. And it will be worth it. It will be so worth it.
Pwedeng
Go.
pahabol pala.
Sige, go.
I would also like to, I would also like to say my hi to my office manager, Maria Charmaine Velasco. God bless in your review. She will be taking the bar
Yay!
exam.
God bless, Charmaine.
And
All those who will take the
John
bar.
Cisnero. Hello, JD.
Yes, JD,
All
of
of those who will take
course. Yes, good luck sa review. On my part, I would like to thank these people for lending their time, Attorney Cherish, Attorney Daniel, and Attorney Daphne. And to our friends in law school, wherever you are, people, yung mga magte-take ng bar, go lang, push lang, your time will come and ano na yan, sigurado na yan. And to our viewers for the unwavering support sa ating page. I did not really expect this to be this big because this is a pandemic baby. But again, thank you very much sa ating viewers for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge. Alam nyo, out of kung if I only had the guts to video myself every time because I am really talkative, my friends know that, I would do it. Pero since hindi ako masyadong sa chika, mas sa text ko na lang siya nilalagay. But I hope we will have opportunities for those later. And I am hoping for more things to happen in the page. Marami pa tayong projects na nakahanda para sa inyo. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you very much. And thank you to of course, thank you to Vice President Lenny Robredo for the message. Yun lang.
Okay.